dance hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, my break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those. She saw the stone, you know how that go.
What's up, Goddess Gang? Today we are back with another video, and I'm actually super excited, but I'm a little late posting this video, so I'm in a rush, you guys. I did not include or record my intro ahead of time. I should have. So I already have all of the footage of our panel. So you guys are going to see I had one panel member. I had two set up, but we just went with one member because when you guys see who it was, I was so excited to have her. And I just thought that less was more for the first judging panel. But for the next panel, never mind my background, you guys, by the way, because I didn't do much to get ready. But for the next panel, I would really appreciate having more people join. I do want to give you guys a little bit of information that I forgot to include on the frequently asked questions on my website at scorpiongoddessnails.blog. So the next theme has already been announced on Instagram. If you have not seen it, it's called Minimalistic Magic. The whole idea is essentially for us to go ahead and create nail designs that are super minimal. One nail color, one decor, one shape, one length. At the end of this video, I don't know if I included it, but I may have. You guys may see that we discussed, I don't think it's in there though, but I'm going to just say it. If you do a nail art project or nail art set for the second theme, and say for instance you wanted to use a unichrome base, that would be considered part of the nail color. So you would have but all of the nails would have to be unichrome. Say if you wanted to create the nail background color as using an alcohol ink, then you would be limited to one base color and then one alcohol ink as your quote unquote nail color, and it would have to be on every single nail. I hope that makes sense. For example, if I wanted to create just a super simple, I'm trying to think, hold on. Oh, like a pearl nail set. Like if I want to create a pearl nail set, maybe I would use white and then I would use a pearl chrome. That would be my nail color. So because you could argue that the chromes and the inks are decor, but for this challenge, I wanted to outline that I am going to allow those products to be used as the nail color. It's just that it has to be uniform over every nail. It cannot be just on one nail and then the other one's different, because that would be considered two colors. Aside from that, there was one other update that I wanted to give you guys. You guys, if you haven't seen on the frequently asked questions, you can post nail art sets from the past that you have created. There is no specific rule that says that you have to create those nail sets during the time. You just have to enter the submissions officially during the time frame. For the judging panel, that's what I want to talk about. So if you guys do want to be on the judging panel, but you also want to participate in the challenges, you can. So how that would work is we will have a submission bank for regular participants, and then we'll have a submission bank for our judging panel. So say we have 5 people on the judging panel and 5 people participated out of the judging panel, then we would all just include each other's. We would all be in the we would all judge each other's. All the panel would judge each other's except for the person. So if me and 4 other people were on panel and we all submitted, I would judge the other 4 people's submissions, but not my own, and vice versa. I hope that makes sense. So that way you guys can be on the panel and you can participate as well. You don't have to miss out on participating if you want to be on the panel. Aside from that, there are going to be panel prizes. I have not put out official information for that, but I'm going to be prizing the panel members as well. So it's going to be very fun for everybody, not just for example, the people who participate, because everyone can participate and everyone can win prizes. So that's all I have for you guys right now at the intro of this video. Stay tuned. I am going to go ahead and leave chapters down below. It's gonna be a lot of work for me to do that, but I have them drafted out. I just have to place them on the video. So I'm gonna do that so you guys can skip ahead because it is a long video. We did have a lot of fun and it was very free form. So if you guys have any constructive insight or criticism or compliments for me as far as how you guys thought the panel went, or this challenge overall, just let me know. On future panels, just for the record, we would be more on a time. Well, it's going to be up to the panel and how they feel, but I would like to eventually have a stopwatch set to where everything can be timed out and more formal on the panel. So just keep that in mind moving forward if you do want to participate, and I will catch you guys at the end of the videos. By the way, you guys, I did want to let you know that the way that I filmed the panel, I had not filmed this way before. So in the beginning, you will notice that there's not a two-person view. So just ignore the awkwardness and bear with me because like a couple minutes into the video, I figure out like what I'm doing wrong. So I just had to throw that out there, but I'll be back, you guys. Alrighty, so we have Miss Polly by Mickey, and you actually won a prize in my very first giveaway, right?
Yeah, I won like 2 prizes, remember?
No? Wait, so remind me. Okay, I remember. I can't keep up.
You
How
got
many
so
giveaways have
many.
I done? Well, I know the last one I did, nobody even participated. It was the one where the girl power contest.
Oh
Nobody
my
participated.
god.
I had 5 Macart gel polishes, or not Macart, sorry, Madam Glam. I always get them mixed up, but I have 5 Madam Glam gel polishes. They're
Oh
over
my
on the shelf now. I'm gonna start using them because like nobody.
I wish I would've known.
Oh,
I'm not on
well,
social media that often. Only
I know. And sometimes you
touch.
have to post like frequently for it to pop up like on people's feed. So don't feel too bad. But yeah, so you won the first one, which what did you get in your package? Because there was like 4 different ones, right? And I don't even remember which one you got.
So the first one you got me this big old box full of like confetti and it was, I think, stickers, I think gel polish. I
Okay.
think you gave me poly gel too,
I think 1 too, but Polygel maybe. Or
maybe. But
maybe
then
it was maybe you actually won Polygel.
I won one polygel set, the SXC, what we were talking about, and then the second one was like a mixture of like a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole like kit. And I was like, I love this. I think I still have it on my
I
story.
gotta go back on like I gotta do like a
It was
flashback
a long time
Friday. It was like time has been flying. I can't believe we're literally in the 22nd day of August. August just started in my book. Like, where did the 22nd day come from? Rent is due.
What?
I know. So,
Next week, bro.
terrible. Oh gosh, it never gives us a break. All right, so I have to find the photo. So we have 1, 2, 3. We had 4 overall entrants as in persons, but we had 5 overall entries. And
Ooh,
we had a we had a lot of feedback because I inboxed more than 30 people, honestly. And we had a lot of feedback, but it's summertime, so a lot of people are busy. Or, for example, you getting spoiled over there on vacation and stuff like that. Hold on 1 second. So, not everyone that I invited participated, needless to say, but the people that did, some of them were surprised. I was like, oh, I never expected that person to participate. And then others of them were like, oh my gosh, I am obsessed with the design that you created. How did you create this? What did you think? And everything like that. So as we know, for our panel, which, by the way, the hubby was going to be here, but he was busy. So, plus, me and him, in his culture, they believe in like toxic love. Toxic love. Is there a toxic love song? I don't believe in that. I think there is a toxic love song. Wasn't it like trending at one point? Can you tell me? Refresh my memory.
Trends? I don't know.
Oh, yes, you told me that earlier. You're like, girl, I don't do trends. And I'm like
I
that too.
would
That's why we really click. Like, I don't like trends. Everything. So,
I feel
would
so out of date. Like I'm like 1999, like 2000s. What's a computer? I mean,
okay,
I've been
like, can we go back and listen to Aaliyah, TLC? Like, why we got all this?
with the 5 disc. I can do a stereo, maybe an
Um,
MP3 player. Not all of this rigmarole.
so do you feel like, so like Spidey senses or whatever? Every time I
Yeah.
see a trend, okay, I gotta touch on this one. And this is very controversial. I'm gonna state my unpopular opinion because I know there's people who are gonna be like, if they ever see this, they're gonna literally hate me. They're gonna, I hate her. Why do everyone wanna make Halloween trending in August?
I was so mad about that.
No, they started this years ago. Years ago.
Yeah,
And like during the
so
pandemic, during quarantine, it was like, okay, that's cute. Like it's sad times, but let it go, please.
some people want Halloween all year long.
What about
I mean,
Thanksgiving?
I'll watch a scary movie, all the time, but
I
not
just want to like have like fall vibes or like like enjoy time with your family. It's not like hot girl summer anymore.
sweaty summer. How about that?
Cuddle with your hubby, like relax. Shoot. Okay. By the way, we had delayed this by at least a day. So my AC went out in my car because I live in hell and it's super hot. So my schedule has been like crazy, but luckily we were able to get together. And I didn't really, after you reached out to me to participate as a judge on the panel, I was like, I don't even want anyone else. Like, she is like, I'm so happy. So
Thank
thank you so
you.
much. I literally mean it so much. I was
Glad
like,
you support me.
we support each other mutually and like I feel like we both get each other when we're like, I'm doing my thing. I don't need to be on social media. It's good. But then when we come back, we're like, oh, I love you so much. I miss you. What have you been
Like,
up to?
oh, literally. That's how
So,
it's supposed to be.
and
That's true.
that's why I
Genuine.
created, yes, and that's why I created the challenges because it's like, I feel like, well, first off, they're based on like 10 to 14 days apart, like as far as the start time and the deadline. I feel like we could really have time to enjoy ourselves and use our creative flow. I think it's hard to have a creative block for 2 weeks straight. I couldn't imagine like not being able to create. Show us your nails, please. Show me.
They
These
look
are these
beautiful,
are
bro.
gel X nails and they're like Hawaiian themed. So those look like hibiscus. They're
Whatever they look
so
like.
cute.
'Cause I
And
was
they
getting
remind me of a set. And when I upload this video, I'm going to be sure to literally show you guys two different sets that I created that look like that. And they're
stalkers.
not even and they're not even on my Instagram right now. And she was complaining. She's like, you don't have any posts on your Instagram. So I got to show you guys if you weren't there. If you didn't know, then hey.
Flashback Friday.
Flashback Friday. And I'm going to do that too. So I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. All right. So if you guys don't know, I'm going to go ahead and review everything about our Goddess Gang nail art challenges. We're going to be doing this for about like a pretty long time. I have 10 different themes set up.
It's gonna be a whole year. It's the end of the year, guys.
It's
It's gonna
literally
be
going
great.
into the new year and I'm really excited. And I try to be mindful of the dates as far as like for example, Halloween. things like that. Everything is pretty free form. It's not very narrow. I have to touch on some of the things. There is the terms and conditions on my website. You guys can always go to www.scorpiongoddessnails.blog to see the terms and conditions so that you can make sure that you comply. For example, you have to include the hashtag Goddess Gang Nail Art Challenge in order to quote unquote technically be entered. For anyone that missed that this time, that's totally okay. But that's again, hashtag Goddess Gang Now Art Challenge. That way, when I go into that hashtag, I can see your guys' entries. And also, you guys are so cool because, like, I feel like I'm so behind, literally. And you might relate because they post pictures as reels. And they get paid for
Yeah.
that, you know that, right? Because, like, when it gets views, that counts too. And it's just a picture. So, but also some of you guys that enter, you just posted reels and not pictures. And that was a little challenging when I took the screenshots. I tried to get the best screenshots of the real part where it was like, okay, I can get a good angle. But if we could post, and I didn't specify, but I'm learning, so we're all growing together. Just post pictures in addition to your reels, because I love the reels too, because I can repost them. And you may agree that I love seeing them. They're really like, I wish that I would have actually screen recorded them. Maybe in the future, I will send you guys a little disclosure, ask for permission to screen record those reels and share them on my YouTube channel, because this is all going to be on there. But I didn't do that this time, so we'll be prepared next time. But anyways, guys, getting no art challenge. So I'm just gonna go through the basics with you guys. I'm inviting you guys all to participate, particularly DIY nail art girls and guys. Okay, we here for the guys too. Me and Polly by Mickey were talking, and we basically agreed that DIY girls are a little underrated, and we do our own thing in the background, but we still want to be at the forefront. And I really created these opportunities to where we can all participate in a free form environment. Back to like more, for example, the terms and conditions, they're like to follow me, to like the post, to include the hashtag, and just share the theme. They're very simple. Actually, I'm going to go through them. But hold on, wait, let me tell you guys. I'm just gonna do that now since we don't need to. Okay, so you'll follow Ask Scorpion Goddess Nails, and that is so that you can stay updated on all of the challenges, the themes, and things like that. You'll stay tuned for the announcement posts, which we're gonna be posting soon. We are a little delayed on the second theme being announced, but Little Miss Girl was on vacay. She's like, "Oh, I just went away for one day." I'm like, "It still counts, girl. It still counts." And I was working like a workaholic. And earlier Alton was on, but he went straight to sleep. So we've all been kind of busy. But I'm gonna go ahead and post that soon for you guys. And then also you'll create your nail art design based on the theme and submit a clear photo of your masterpiece. And I guess I kind of did specify to submit a clear photo. So again, I'm not gonna count anyone out if you missed anything. It should also say, okay, so how to officially enter. You'll post the masterpiece nail art photo to your Instagram feed and make sure your profile is public. That way I can actually see it, assuming that we're not following each other or I'm not following you, because this is open to everybody. And then you'll tag me, and then you'll include the hashtag Goddess Gang Nail Art Challenge in the caption and mention the nail art challenge theme in your photo caption. So that's how to officially enter. So if you want to participate, then you can, but the official entry, there are a little bit of additional steps to take. And then we have our winners and prizes. Each challenge will have a panel of judges. Today it's going to be me and Miss Polly by Mickey in the cut. And I love it that we're twinning right now. Like,
I didn't
why?
realize it until I was like, oh my God, when we got on camera, I was like, man, we both have brown and
That is like
tan.
literally
I have
meant
high
to
my
be.
sports bra.
And we have our jewels on too. All I'm missing is
We
my
never take
nails, you
this off.
guys. Why? Oh, because you don't sleep in it, huh?
No, I never take it off. ever since I got
Oh, I thought you said I gotta take this off. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I can't wait to get it. Actually, I had a pendant like that, but I started to protect it because it was getting a little old. And I'm like, it's gotta go into the like legendary kennel. But yeah, I need to get another one because doesn't it feel so good? It's like a security blanket.
is to me.
Mental
And there's like
health
a little
life.
stone in the back, so it's like two layers. I don't even know if I can move it. See, there's like a little.
Oh, yes. I
It doesn't
love
look
that.
crazy if
And
I
it
just
like
move
weighs it down so it doesn't always get like all messy, right? That is
it.
so
Doesn't it look
cool.
crazy? Like the chain right here is like, did you just wake up?
No, that is cleverly designed. Nice. Nice. I love it. All right. So we're the panel today, right? And we're going to go ahead with number 1, 2, and 3. It's very simple, you guys. Creativity, execution, and adherence to the theme. So I'm going to go ahead with you guys and just elaborate a little bit more on what we mean by that. And so for creativity and Polly by Mickey hit it straight on the head earlier. She was doing her own thing talking to me, and I'm like, girl, you the pro. Like, can we have you like you can you be the head of the goddess gang? I need you to orchestrate. Okay, you do this, you do that, you do this, because this is what we need and that's what we want. Okay, perfect. We got it. Check, check, check. And then come back and be like, all right, it's done, girl. We'll move on. I really appreciate that. She said, because this is the first thing on my list. That's why I'm so impressed. Originality. You said that, right? You're like, based on originality. So assess whether the design is unique and innovative rather than a common or copied idea. So the first basically criteria that we're judging on is creativity. And I'm gonna tell you guys there's basically 5 little sub parts of that. So we have originality, then we have concept. Evaluate how well the design aligns with the central theme, idea, or concept. So how well is this design going to align with our theme? Which if you guys were not present on my Instagram, I will go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about our theme. It is the color explosion, which is to create a nail design using a vibrant and diverse color palette and get creative with mixing and matching colors. So that was the theme. We do require theme adherence. That is number 3 on our judging panel criteria. All right, but we'll go over that in a minute. So concept, it says how effectively the artist has conveyed the concept through the nail art. So color explosion. How effectively have our contestants conveyed that concept through their nail art design? Innovation. Look for creative use of techniques, materials, colors, patterns that go beyond traditional nail art approaches. And Polly, would you like me to somehow send you this document so you can view it on your wherever you are? Because I see you taking them. Girl, because either way, perfect for you, whatever is perfect. But I'm just making sure. And you're keeping up because you kind of already hit the nail on the head, anyways. And it sounds more complicated than it is. But I want everyone to understand because it is in the terms and conditions that we do have to be specific because this has to be fair. So, storytelling, consider whether the design tells a story, communicates emotions, or conveys a message through its visual elements. And inspiration, determine whether the design demonstrates an imaginative interpretation of the chosen theme or inspiration source. So, the inspo was color explosion. And so, how did they convey their emotions through these visual elements on their designs? How innovative were they? Did they do well with taking the concept and making it their own through the nail art? And then, of course, originality. Is it original? Because honestly, as DIY nail girls, we pride ourselves and boast on originality. I don't know. I didn't really get to ask you before our recording who your main inspo was or is as a DIY nail artist, but you guys already know that mine was always and still to a certain degree is Femi Beauty because like she's not very active as much anymore, but every time I see her nail art, I'm like, okay, girl. And then of course I share a lot on my Instagram stories, but what about you? Who has really inspired you, nail art wise?
I just like anything that comes up on like that For You page whenever you go on there. So anything that's
Okay.
on there. I don't have anybody specific because, like I told you before, I don't really
Mm-hmm.
follow a lot of people. And
Yeah.
but I think the first person that comes to mind is Votino. So he's really, really good.
And I saw another like sub Voltino page recently that I shared on my story, like within the last 24 to 48 hours. It was like a dragon design. It was Unichrome. Oh my
He's great. I got
busty.
pictured one time with him, and I was like, "Oh my God,
I would
he's
be
like such
so
a
happy.
my Care Bear looked like a Scare Bear." But I have, but he taught me how to like shade. He taught me how to have like some of them
That's so
recorded.
important. Creating depth. Oh my gosh. And like contrast and highlights because
What?
your nail
He's the
art
one,
can go from flat to like with a black line and a white line.
and he taught me that like the nail art doesn't go directly onto the nail polish. Like you have to put layers. There's layers to everything.
Because you want to have depth. Yes. There's
I
nothing
was
worse
like,
than
oh
flat
my
nail
God.
art.
I was like, why can't I draw a person? Because you're not doing it right.
You gotta add layers. Have you this is totally off topic, but like I don't have Facebook anymore. I mean, I know for sure I told you
Facebook.
guys that in my previous I'm off social media. Like if it's not business, it's not cut for me. But there's this video that's pretty viral and it's like of a bucket and there's like resin in there with like rocks and stuff like that. And then someone is painting fish inside of it and they're adding a layer of resin and they're adding another layer of the paint and they're adding a layer of resin and it's creating this look of depth and it's just like and it's
Then
like
turn it over and it looks
but
like a
that's a
beautiful.
real thing. Okay, so my nail art videos on YouTube, they do good, they do okay, but like I feel like they're so underrated because no one knows how much that takes. They see the people that are like they do it every single day as a job. But again, we're more so referring to like DIY nailers because we're like real life humans. This is not like our career. We don't we don't have that habitual practice. So when we do put in that work, girl, we put in 14 to 16 hours at the desk. Like, how many hours did you put in for those?
You want my honest?
I want your honest. I'm putting you on the spot because we are testifying.
So these were like, okay, total in all, because yesterday, remember, I started them and then I left.
Okay.
So that took me, I had a time crunch because I also
Mm-hmm.
had to get ready. So they were bare, but the shaping and everything was done in like 45
Oh, no
minutes.
time, no time, of course.
And then the nail art was, it took me like, I was done within like one movie. No, so I watched two movies. I watched Set It Off
Okay.
and I watched, dang, what was the other one I watched? I watched another movie. I forgot what it was, but I watched it with my cousin and it was like
Uh-huh.
about an hour and a half. So maybe like, it took me like 2.5, 3 hours.
That's not too horrible.
This. But
Oh, look,
remember,
this view is way better. Girl, why did I have the view thrown off? I suck so bad. I'm
I
learning, y'all.
I have the view on like where you can see both of us, or now
Oh,
that I
yeah, I
switched to
have that view
super.
now too. So that's perfect. I suck. This is way better. But yes, that's not bad at all for Gel-X. Like, as long as you're willing to put. So, are you at the level where you can't actually? I'm sorry, I'm like getting my mini interview in while I got you on the line. You're gonna be
Well,
famous one day. We go, yeah,
well,
Scorpion got his
well,
nails and so
I like my little 100, my little 200 followers. That's okay.
I understand, girl. It's worth it, right? Are you doing multiple fingers at a time like Femi girl, or are you doing one at a time? I do one at a time.
So here's how I with Gel-X, I
Okay.
do one. I do
Okay.
one flash cure because I have one
Okay.
of those. what is that? Like a gooseneck?
Like this. Yeah, we got the cut up in the V, the cut up.
No,
These
mine,
things are everything.
I got one for like $6. It literally looks like a neck.
That is, oh yeah, no, those ones are,
And, but
so
it has
like why does no okay, I'm not gonna name drop, but some of the people, they sell those things for way too much. Let's just put it like that. I'm not gonna be controversial. That's not what we're here. Uh I didn't pay that cheap for mine. So like, but I know the ones you're talking about, and I was tempted to get one of those because like, does yours just clip onto the table?
yeah, my because I got it. So I'm on this Facebook group. I only joined Facebook because they have these groups for different things that I enjoy,
For
like
reviews?
but like couponing. Like they give me discount codes for Amazon. And the thing
Yeah.
was like it was already like $12, but they dropped it to like 6. So I was like,
I
I
used
wanna
to
buy
I used to do so like at the beginning of the quarantine, I started to do reviews on Facebook for brands because they would send me stuff and they sent some pretty cool stuff, honestly. And I'm like, that's pretty fun.
no, this was these are just coupons
Oh,
within
well, I
a
know it's different. It's different, but it's still along the same lines of opportunities that you can get as like people who like to try out products or test the waters with like stuff like that, couponing. Some people be like, that's a scam, or like that's not real.
well with me, I like follow like incognito, so you may see my name there as a follower, but I will never like it or say I got this. Like I'll just use it, then go about my
Oh
day.
no, on Amazon, I am an avid like I have a
I
good review profile. I love leaving reviews.
Well, I leave reviews like for my stuff. I get like free stuff, but then I'm like, I don't know. I did one for one time and I got like free cat filters.
I wouldn't make a habit of it. I always tell them like send it to like a PO box or something, like you're not gonna send it to me directly because
Oh dang.
it's for free, bro. Like
Oh, I always make that mistake. I guess I'm like, just there's nothing you can
I
take with me.
do, or even if you do, be like, yeah, send it to my secretary.
Oh yeah, that'd be smart. Have you ever heard of the people saying when you go to a restaurant and you make reservations, say that like this needs to be done for a specific person, and
Like,
then it's just you coming in and they treat you like a celebrity or something, like you're a doctor or
so
something.
this is
Doctor,
full blown off the record, but like I'm gonna publish this because like don't tell, right? It's Goddess Gang Squad. Don't tell. So my friend, this is gonna be like an author's version. Um, his mother looks like Diana Ross apparently, and she always got mistooken for Diana Ross.
get free stuff all the time. Start singing this.
Yes, girl. So I get what you.
What?
I couldn't
I wish I
even
lived like this,
imagine. Could you imagine?
especially the prices of food right now.
Could you imagine like the pressure? Don't get caught. Okay, so on to our next.
Let's get back to the nails, guys.
Goddess gang turn up. Okay. All right. So the next level of criteria is execution. That's number 2. Execution, cleanliness. Check for neatness and precision in the application of polish, details, lines, clean edges, smooth transitions, signs of good execution. Consistency, evaluate the uniformity of design elements across all the nails, ensuring that the overall look is cohesive. Detailing. So, you guys, I will say emphasis on challenge. I know that this is probably not ideal, but this is a nail art challenge. So, also just don't judge yourself too hard. It's very easy to be within the parameters because in nail art or in art in general, I think it's fair to say that we all judge pretty fairly. Like, who's going to be like, that's not art, that's ugly? So don't get overwhelmed by, for example, detailing. That's the next one, detailing. Examine the accuracy and intricacy of fine details, such as intricate patterns, gradients, or miniature elements. So, for example, if you are good with detailing, then you could have a leg up on someone who needs practice with detailing. But maybe we can go onto Google really quickly and we can just look up the definition of challenge, because I want you guys to understand. This is a little to call or take part in a contest or competition, blah blah blah. An objection or a query as to the truth of something, often with an implicit demand for proof. Implicit, we don't need to go and define that, but if you guys want to on your spare time, it basically means that you're being fed to the wolves. No, I'm just joking, you guys. You have to be willing to compete. That's basically what that means. All right. For this challenge in particular, color harmony. Assess how well the color palette is chosen and how the colors complement each other, creating a visually pleasing result. Technical skill. Consider the artist's mastery of nail art techniques, including brush control, blending, layering, and advanced techniques. Again, don't be too overwhelmed. Advanced techniques could just simply mean that you're good at the practice of whatever you have chosen to do. It doesn't have to be mastery. Proportion and balance. Analyze the proportion of the design element on each nail and how well they balance each other, making sure there's just consistency in the design. Durability. So this is a little I say more like a bonus factor. I don't really think we will consider this more on this challenge, but consider how well the nail art has been applied to ensure it will withstand daily activities and not chip or fade quickly. In the future, you guys, we will more so focus on that. But today, Polly by Mickey and I are not going to really focus on the durability factor. And then overall, so in general, we are going to be considering how you guys adhere to the theme. What was the wow factor and what was the aesthetic appeal? Those are things that we're going to look at. And I particularly, because I have seen the entrance, and I don't know, Polly, if you have looked to see, I don't know why I'm calling you. Okay, girl, because there's one that I'm like, aesthetic is on 110. And there's another one that I'm like, wow factor is on 120. Like, I'm here for everything. So, and then I gotta give compliments to every single person that participated. So you guys just stay tuned and we're gonna get into it. All right, so let me figure out how I can go ahead and share my screen for you guys real quickly. All right, perfect. So I think I put them, okay, I think I put them all in order. Okay, a little glimpse. So this one is by Anna's underscore nails underscore 90. And I just have to, I'm gonna go first because I'm gonna impose. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna let you go first on the next one because I don't want to impose. We don't have formal rules for how we're gonna go into order and everything like that.
This is what it is. Whoever
So,
feels comfortable. But these are
okay,
bomb.
girl, first the fuck up. Like, excuse my French. And not only that, I don't even know. Maybe I can go onto Instagram real quick, but I did not expect for this entry. Like, I didn't even see it. It came out of left field. I'm going to our messages now. This is the thing. We have never actually interacted personally, and I am so impressed and I'm so thankful that a random person that I've never. Okay, so let's backtrack a little, you guys. The whole motivation for this Goddess Gang Now Art Challenge is to interact. You guys may know that I did the spam for spam giveaway and it didn't go as well as I planned because not everyone understood everything. So now I'm trying to kind of create opportunities for us to interact so that when I reintroduce that giveaway to you guys, you can actually understand like, okay, this is what she means. And I'm going to be promoting those opportunities for us to interact, for us to engage. So that's like the wide scope of things. However, I'm so thankful for this entry because one, like Polly said, it is bomb.com. And not only that, it came totally out of left field. So the purple, the pink, the yellow, the white, the 777. I feel like, you know, when you just want God to send you a sign or the universe to send you a sign, and it's like, I don't really get slapped in my face with them very often like this, but I felt like, okay, the luck, can we talk about it? Like, I really enjoy. And okay, so that's the next one. So I don't know if she did a full set or she just part, but on this picture in particularly where I was able to see it from like a first person angle, and you're able to see it, right, Polly?
Yeah.
Okay. She did friendships on these too.
Yeah, I didn't realize the French tips.
From the other angle, I didn't either. From this angle, I didn't really recognize it. And then I was looking at it from this and I'm like, she really put in work on this set. This was not something that she just didn't like, oh, I'm just gonna put together something real quick. This is actually hand drawn nail art. You can see because not all of the sevens are 100% identical. You can see the lines, and you can see the polish and the opaqueness of the purple and things. I really love the butterfly.
What?
So, give me your overall first reaction when you saw this entry.
That was like 10 out of 10 because I would have never expected that yellow to even be good with those colors.
And it's like, it's
That's
literally
the
a pastel, and
presentation.
how is it amplifying the look as a pastel?
Main character.
I can't, and I think this is even purple. I wonder if she airbrushed. So I didn't reach out to her, but I will. And if she sees this, which she's gonna have to, I need to know, like, how did you do this? I would be so shocked if she used pigment powders because as you guys will see in a future set that entered this challenge, they use pigment powders and I'm really sleeping on those. And I have some. If you guys see me looking over, it's because I'm looking at my camera, but like literally the camera's over here. So, but girl,
What?
bye. I'm gonna put it up
Okay.
here like this. Okay, that'd be better. But all right, so let's go ahead and see the next one. So this one is I
Just gonna
can't,
look at all of, are we gonna just look at all of them first and then rate?
yes,
Okay, okay.
yes, because I'm so excited and I
I love
gotta share. Like I
those.
gotta share. All right, so this one, going back to the Hawaiian theme that you had in mind, right? And then we had the butterfly. I didn't
Like,
reach out to her to confirm how she created this set, but what do you think she did?
it looks like she did maybe like a white, and then she may have done like pigment powders because you can see the white under the color, you see?
Yeah, so you think she used pigment powder. So it seems like perhaps based on like the theme, the color explosion, pigment powders may have been on trend for that theme, which I'm really excited about because that's like when I imagined like my ideal color explosion nail set, which you guys are gonna see that I'm gonna create a nail set really based on this theme. I really just imagined exactly what you guys see on this photo. Hold on, let me show you. Right here, that was
Yeah.
like everything that I imagined. So when I see this set in particular, I'm obsessed. I'm just like, wow, this is really good.
Yes.
I'm really impressed. The I'm really into freestyle nail sets, as you guys may know. I am obsessed with because I use nail art as a decompression state. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like this nail set, it was just like, I'm gonna throw it all on here. And that's it. And it felt very freeing with the butterfly and the hibiscus and things. And then this one is like, could you imagine having a canvas on a wall and just throwing paint on it? And that's exactly what this is. I think this is even like a glitter piece, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is.
some sort of glitter. Like, can I, like,
Yes,
oh,
it's
like,
glitter, you know.
yes. And I'm almost wondering, like, do these even glow in the dark or what? Is this polygel or I don't
It
know.
looks
I
like
have to look into that stuff. But that's that one, okay? All right, this one, she only took one picture, but this is Nemi's Beauty, and I love Nemi. She is such a sweet lady, and she is true to this, not new to this. I was like, Nemi, you worked hard for this girl. Because nail art isn't always easy, especially as a DIY nail girl. You don't do it all the time, so you got to practice when you can. And I was so thankful because, like, this is colorful. Like, there's no denying that.
and
It's
I love her.
mermaid. Yes. Oh my gosh. And then she came out of nowhere. I never would have even expected that she actually would participate. And I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Like, I'm so thankful. So we'll come back to this, but that was her entry. So that's at Nemi's Beauty. All right. So Sherry Lynn Nels posted 2 entries. I gotta ask you, Polly, how do you think she did these? What do you think? How were these created?
Those are beautiful, but I think she also did pigment powders.
You got it right on. She did, and oh, hold on, wait, let me go back. I feel
Because
like
that was
she
that
really did a good job. Remember we were talking about depth just a minute ago? There
she
is no
layered.
way. Yes, there's no way you can not. I don't know about like this one in particular, but for example, this one, and this one, you can't do that without layering. You can't.
Yeah, you have to layer.
I think a lot of them, like all of them, needless to say, right? I
Yeah, because
loved.
look at the middle finger, that
Mhm.
smoke in the back. She would have had to put that first,
Right,
and
because that
then
then
and
this, right? That one right there, that one right there. Yes.
then it's coming.
I love the fact that she put it on a black background. Like sometimes when I create my backgrounds for like my template backgrounds or whatever, I'm always torn as to put it on a white background or a black background. And this is just like, wow. What if she would have done one hand white and one hand black?
I feel like the black is what's killing it though. The white, I don't know. Because then I feel like the
I think
colors
the
were
white might be like, I didn't expect that, and like really beautiful. But needless to say, the black is like, yeah, like you said, that's what's popping type, you know? Okay, so I gotta show you the next one. Like this is just like, yeah, whatever. You call me good. Like I'm okay. Yeah, I'm from Watertown. No. All right, next one. Okay, let's just take it in though. Like a moment of silence.
is that a skull on fire?
Girlfriend, I swear, the color
And
explosion is very real here.
that's really good. She did a great job.
So, full disclosure, this was a sticker, the skull itself. But again, going back to that layering,
Yeah, but for her to
imagine
expand on that, that's really good.
not
Great,
only
great.
that, the creativity of this, the execution of this one nail in particular on top of everything else. Imagine just having a black nail, putting a white skull on it, putting a layer of base coat gel, adding a little bit of smoke, putting a layer of base coat gel, adding more smoke or hard gel or whatever kind of gel.
She used
This
pigment
is
powder
all
for this too.
smoke back here. Did she add smoke before she added the skull?
It looks like it. And then she
I
added
mean,
more fire to the skull.
and I honestly really like, okay, how big of a flex is this that if you look at the thumb, okay, so this is all spiraling from here. This one's spiraling from here. Okay. This one's spiraling from the opposite side, and same for this one. All drawing attention to the central theme. That is divine. And it's not to like add extra attention or less attention. This is just like key things that are really meeting the criteria level for the things that we're taking into consideration that we want to be mindful of as DIY nail artists to get, well, let's just admit she does nails like in a shop, so she's at this. She does have a bit of a leg up on us, needless to say. But again, another entry that I didn't necessarily expect that really came from far left field that I was like, so when we come back around, then I'll just have you like whenever we say like, oh, I rate this. Okay, so you guys, just so you know, before we continue, we're gonna be rating basically out of a scale 1 through 10 on the creativity, the execution, and the adherence to the theme. And then we'll just express why we chose that. So you'll have your time to say, okay, I rate this X, Y, Z, and this is why, and this is what the pointers are, and things like that. So we won't feel like either one of us has more leverage than the next person as far as why we selected what we thought and things like that. Okay. So, all fairness. All right. So, this was her second entry, which I believe was technically her first entry.
Wait, she did two. So the nails, two
Girl,
sets. Set? Oh, okay.
girl. Yes, she did. And this was her first entry. And again, even on this ring finger, we can see the layers, the depth, huh?
I can't see it because we're in the way. Here, let me move this. Oh, I
Oh, let
can't.
me see. Oh, because can you see like
Oh, wait, can I move us? No,
I
I
moved
can't.
us on mine.
Can
Can you see?
I don't know how to do this. Oh, there it is. I moved us.
Okay. Girl, can you see now the picture?
I can see the picture.
Can you see this ring finger?
Yeah, I can see the ring figure. I can see the
Can
whole,
you
the whole.
can you imagine being her client and walking out with your nails did? And then look how she got this little glow effect on her picture and like
Yeah,
it's holding a gold chain. Like, girlfriend, I want to come to your nail shop.
yeah, it's cute. I love it.
And I think hold on, let me see. So let me see something. Oh yeah, so she's over in Connecticut. But yeah, so this is another picture. And I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like almost like a cow's print, but not. And then she did like the spider gel look, which was
Yeah,
random and classic. And it's a freestyle set, so it's not formal. I feel like the depravity of this makes me want more of it, but the vibrancy of this also makes me want more of this. So the way that they complement each other is like, it's like going through the drive-through and getting some fried chicken. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. This chicken is busting. Okay, remember when they used to have Bojangles? Why they shut Bojangles down?
never been there.
No, I love Bojangles, girl. You missing out.
I
But
only remember KFC and Popeyes. My
oh
grandmother's house.
gosh, Bojangles is the real truth.
Yeah,
B- yes.
but
Oh,
there's no
why?
more.
No, they shut it down for some reason. Why isn't it letting me continue? Was that all of them? Oh, I think that's all. Oh no.
So,
Yeah, no, that
yeah,
was all of them. Yeah, so that was all of them. That's perfect. This is like,
these women did a great
oh,
job.
I wish there was more entries because 1, 2, 3. There's technically 4 different people. Aw, I'm sad because like one person, I think I'm still gonna send gifts to everybody because like I'm like that. Actually, I wanted to tell you that I was gonna send you a gift for participating on the panel.
God, stop.
Yes, because you deserve it. And I mean, I really rep for Madam Glam. And if, I mean,
I've
it's
never
needless to say.
tried any of their polishes.
Wait, so technically, I know you do on Instagram, but do you do on YouTube?
What?
Like, do you post YouTube videos?
No, I think the only YouTube video I've ever posted was when me and my husband were making fun of some tourists because they were looking at binoculars.
Well, on YouTube, I mean, on Instagram, you'll post like an unboxing maybe, or like like a swatching video or something?
Maybe I don't know. I feel like I don't I don't ever have the time to do that.
Oh, so you just post like your own nail art whenever you get the chance.
Yeah,
Well,
if
if
I'm
you
doing
create a set, then you'll get the opportunity. So that'll be fine.
I've
I'm gonna
always
pick
wanted
out, huh?
oh no, was like I've always wanted like to like do my nails and have people watch it. Maybe I could do that one time. Have it like a do a set with me.
Yeah.
But I don't
Oh, we can all okay, so
know.
if you're into like collab videos and stuff, we could always do something where, and I don't know if you have the setup for it and everything, but maybe we could do something where we literally film together like this and we like recreate like a set, like pull up a set and then recreate it. Or maybe
We'll
we
do
can even be like, okay, like a challenge. Like, actually, you guys, listen, full disclosure, I have some challenges that are. So let me tell you guys about a future challenge because I'm really happy to be with Polly and she's really excited about all these. So, um, a future challenge I was thinking about if I can find 5 to 10 people, sending each of us a nail tip. And then you guys sending it back to me via return to sender, so you don't even have to really have any like, you just send it back. You don't even have to pay for postage or anything. You just have to tape the packaging and send it back. Um, and we'll create like a full nail set. So let's just say we, for example, we're like,
Oh,
okay,
that's good.
huh?
No, I get it now. Like sister
Yes.
pants.
Like that, yes, literally. We'll have like a sisterhood of the traveling nail set or something like
Our
that.
age.
Hmm?
We're showing our age. It's like a 2000s, early
Girl,
2000s.
I'm here for that was one of my I was reading it all the time.
I love
Huh?
it.
Me too. So, yes, so maybe you can start to help me if you have anybody on your Instagram to participate because it's not going to be a theme right away. It's going to be like in the near future. But I'm super excited about that one because we all have our own creative flair and creative style, as we can see through these examples. Like this, I feel like this is probably one of the okay. So the nail art on this one, like the sevens and these little, the butterfly and the flowery and the floral factor and things like that. Um, and even writing the word luck and stuff, that's very much like me, the neatness. But I would never have done an ombre background like that. And I'm still interested to know how that was done. But then I'm wondering if maybe it was gel polish with a sponge. Do you think?
I feel like she did an airbrush. It looks like airbrush. If
I
you look
thought
at
so.
if you look at the pinky, well, even the middle finger,
Uh-huh.
she's got two different colors on them.
Yeah, she does. I was originally thinking airbrush too. I'm gonna have to double check.
She could also use eyeshadow.
That is a trend right now. That's a trend. Well, dang. And so yeah. Yeah. No. You got me shook, girl. You be really knowing your stuff, Thomas. But as we can see, everyone utilized this in their own creative way. And I still am so obsessed with this one, even like I honestly wished I could even saw the thumb or saw more of how this set turned out on the other hand, or if it was on the other hand. Um Also, just like a little personal, what I would have done, and this sounds so crazy, but I could imagine a unichrome over top of the base color and then the stickers on top and the bling how it is. And even actually, maybe even instead of this bling here, having cuticle bling, this set would have been even more magical,
Yeah.
but it's
Even
still
that,
very colorful. Huh?
yeah, it's still very nice.
It is. I really and I love the XXL. That's one thing about Nemi. Girl, I might be like, older or whatever. I might be like super DIY, new to this. I may not be a pro, but I'm gonna slay these XXL nails. And that's something I really love about her. Like she's got Ariel with a crown. And my favorite is like this one. Like, what is Ariel doing? She is so vain. Like, what a spoiled
There's
brat.
Flounder. That's Flounder. She's
She
hugging him.
it's like like prancing in the sea. All right, so let's get to our judging. Hold on. I'm just doing the most right now. All right. So I have everything set and you have everything set, right?
Yes, I got my notes.
Perfect. So I that's okay, great. Okay, perfect. That'd be fine. All right, so we're gonna base on a scale of 1 through 10. Just very simple, nothing extra. And we're gonna start with Anna's. So the originality. All right, I'll let you go first since I've been doing a lot of talking. I want to know your like raw thoughts on everything. And let me know when you want me to go over and stuff like that.
Okay. So based on this whole design creativity, I
Mm-hmm.
think I would give her like I would say like an 8, only
Okay.
because like the as far as the um like I guess because of it being a trend,
Mm-hmm.
but her take on it was really, really good. That's why it's like really high.
Mm-hmm.
As far as do you want me to go through all three?
Yeah, yeah. We'll go ahead and do her full judging. Yeah.
Okay. I really love the colors together. Like that yellow, I don't like yellow, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that she made this, because I love pink and I love purple,
Mm-hmm.
it made me like this yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would probably wear this or try and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So execution based on like did she fulfill the let me see like neatness? Because this is really neat. Like there's no paint on the cuticles. Like the line is fine. Like I can never do that. So execution is a 10. And then adherence to the theme, it being colorful. Um, I feel like maybe with like more brightness to the colors
Mm-hmm.
as far as like it being like explosion, like explosive.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's like a soft like spring going into summer type of look. So I would give it like I think I would give it a 8 there.
So tell me your numbers again overall.
8, 10, 8.
Okay, perfect. All right, great. So my turn. All right.
Yes.
I want to start at the end with the well, it's kind of like the execution with the color harmony, but also the adherence to the theme because you said and I do agree with you to a certain degree. So my first reaction on seeing these nails is like, oh wow, they're super cool. I really agree with you as far as the originality. Obviously, the airbrush, the freestyle with obviously one nail being fully color and then the other ones being the French tip as we had pointed out.
Mhm.
All of this is more or less trends, like you said. It's more or less trends. It's more or less you could see this a lot on the explore page and things like that. But there are some parts that I feel personally make it unique to this artist in particular. I know that when she played with this purple that it was like a very special color to her. It just feels like that. Also, I noticed that she didn't do bad with choosing the actual correct color for the nail bed as far as the nude. And then even though like for example, it's the color explosion, right? But take this into consideration because you are actually a darker color than me, needless to say. I think she played with the colors as they pertain to the safety of this skin tone. So, for example, maybe if they would have been brighter, they would not have complemented the skin tone, or, for example, that nude on the nail bed as much. So, while she did play it safe, I think that it was a smart safe, like a well thought out safe, not like a I'm feeling mellow, I'm feeling sad, but more like I'm feeling melatonin, like I'm feeling, like color that
Yeah.
I need to complement my natural skin tone. I'm assuming that these nails, whoever they're for, is more of like, could you imagine like this is a luck nail set? So I imagine maybe they had something special coming up or things. So I like that she took it as an opportunity to utilize the color explosion, but she also played within her safety net and really repped for her set. I can't even like I felt blessed to again see these notes with this luck and the 777, the butterfly and all that. But that's kind of off topic. But let's talk about that. Originality, again, we kind of did agree there that it was a trend. So I rated the creativity. I rated it a 7. I think it's definitely creative as far as the fact that they participated into this and they submitted this particular entry. However, do I necessarily get like a creative color explosion vibe or finesse? Not particularly. So that's why I rated that one a 7. For the execution, I couldn't agree with you more. Like I like how they kind of look really natural on the ones that have the nude. Like this is giving natural nail. I'm almost forced to question, is this clear or what? Because
It's
it's
nude.
of course we know
Has
because
it?
I can tell from here, right? But
Yeah.
it's really well executed and I like that. And then the consistency, we can see that again, you complimented how there's purple here and there's purple here and the color harmony, the technical skill to I almost feel like these are some sort of polygel, hard gel. If they are acrylic, I would be a little surprised. I'm not sure. Something about the form of them doesn't give acrylic, but I could be wrong.
It
So the
looks like
technical skill, huh?
it does look like polygel. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you.
Polygel. No, I want your input. It's just that sometimes I don't know when you're gonna so I'm like talking because I talk a lot. But no, yeah, that's the vibe that I got is that it gives polygel because you can kind of see polygel droops, right? And you can kind of see that. But again, technical skill, proportion and balance. Is there perfection here? No, but were we going for that? Absolutely not. And I really love that. So for execution, I gave a 10. I agreed with you 100. And then for the adherence to the theme, I also gave it 8. It was fairly well, but it wasn't perfect, which is okay. All right, so next we have nails by underscore tipsy. And just to confirm, that was Anna's underscore nails underscores 90. And so for her, I'll let you go. What do you think?
Me first. Okay. Um, so I'll go from bottom to top now. So, adherence to the theme, definitely. Like she's on point. I
Mm-hmm.
can't say as um I don't know. I feel like with me, anybody that can do anything on a nail is like a nail goddess, only because of the fact that it takes a lot of time to draw anything on a nail, and a lot of patience and a lot of talent too. It takes a lot of skill, even if we may
Mm-hmm.
be buyers.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like adherence to the theme, 10 out of 10. I think she would also have a 10 there, only because of there's so many colors, especially on those middle two nails, and that end
Mm-hmm.
nail just gives me like carnival vibes, like
Oh my gosh, I love it. Yes.
this
It's
whole set.
it's like I don't know, because you're in Florida and there's a lot of art and it's just giving like a like some sort of art event. I'm just like this one nail, can you just give it to me? Like, can I have that one nail? Because it's like it says so much and it's not like I know people may not like you said DIYers this that and the other. I think sometimes people underestimate. This may look like, oh, it's just like something thrown together. Who cares?
It
This
takes
takes
skill
skill.
anyway, and
Being
it looks like
sloppy takes skill too, just like being neat, right? And this is not sloppy. This is skilled art.
this is really good. Like I really enjoyed all of the colors. Again, I would never expect yellow to be in there, like especially a main nail to be yellow. And it looks like it might
Yeah.
glow in the dark. I feel like it does based
I
on that
think it
color.
does too. I feel like it does too. It gives. Okay.
And it looks like she may have taken it in the dark, but she had the flash on.
Yes. This one was from a reel that I think a reel that she did, but this one was the actual photo. And I was like, wow, it's so beautiful. Actually, I really enjoy taking my nail fees when I'm like in my bed in the dark and I just turn on the flash. It really pops. So I don't know. I think for future challenges, people should take that into consideration that when I say post your nail art masterpiece, the actual photograph does make a big difference as far as perhaps the lighting or the take of the photo. So you made a good point when you had said that. So I'll let you continue because I know I keep like giving my 2 cents, but I'm so excited about this one.
Conversation. We can do that. I think it's okay.
Okay. So for the execution, what do you think about that for the rating?
As far as execution, um, I've been very big on like shaping and whatnot. So shaping as far as wise, I feel like we could be a little bit crisper unless she likes rounded edges, then you killed it. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as me, I would be like crisper because I think that would definitely be really good. Even on those butterfly nails, even though it's rounded, to just crisp that right there. Oh my God, it would kill it. Consistency, as far as like there's again no nail polish on the cuticles. The cuticles are etched out, which I love. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can,
Me too. I really love that.
it's really clean. Um, the fine details on the, I think on the hibiscus is nice. I really like
Mm-hmm.
it. I don't. I'm not a big yellow girl, nor am I a big green girl. But it is, I feel like if she would have given maybe like a different color, like maybe like a purple on top of like the yellow to make it
Mm-hmm.
pop because it's like blending in.
Mm-hmm.
But those middle nails are just killing it for me. The end one, I like all the sparkles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she layered, like it looks like there's more than one type
It
of
does.
sparkle.
It truly does.
As
Mm-hmm.
and she also did a little design with like a little like the '90s strip.
Yeah,
The
it looks like with pigment powder, perhaps. I mean, almost for sure we know by this one that there was pigment powder involved
yeah.
in the free form. And I wanted to touch on so like we can see, I just wanted to tell you guys. So for example, with the middle finger, it's very often that we will see where one edge of the middle finger won't be tapered in enough. And also very often where we overfile our index, but those are just things to be mindful of. Don't overfile the index because it's very easy to do. And then also maybe overfile the one side of the because we all have like, for example, like I have one perfect side on my middle finger, and then the other side is like, oh, I'm jumping off a cliff or I'm running over. I got some spillage happening here. And so that's why normally when we hold the file, that side is kind of at a diagonal as opposed to a straight. And then we file like that. But for that, I normally always am sure, even I would take an E file and be like, shoo, right off of that part. Because once you do so many sets, like you said, you're a judge, right? So you're just basically going ahead and analyzing the execution, the consistency and cleanliness. And that's something you notice. So that I just wanted to point
I
that
still
out.
it still has a 9. Like
Well, no, and it's awesome. But when I first started my nail art journey, I used to do the same exact, like I have done this before. That's why I'm so empathetic towards it. I'm like, girl, this is how you fix it. Like, because it's annoying when you have a perfect set and your index finger is all like round and then everything else is square. And it's like, because your index finger, I feel like your natural nail on your index finger is flat. And so then you file the heck out of it. But the other nails have a curve to them, so it doesn't file the same. But that's just my perspective. But I wanted to throw that out there because I remember when I used to struggle with that. On
It took
Exec, huh?
me a few steps to get good at shaping. I had to watch people. I had
Uh-huh.
to look at specific videos of shaping. I also joined like a Facebook group that
Young
taught
Nails is
me to
really
shape.
good with teaching shaping. They're really good with it.
And I just looked at some pretty girl. She did like a shaping video. I might even still have it saved in the millions of posts that I've saved. But she was, you just got to do some weird gang signs and just go real straight with it. And it has to be, you can't have an angle at all. Just be straight. And that's what I do. You have to like hit
And
it.
you gotta have the appropriate grit too. Some people they don't understand like 80 by
80,
80.
80, 80, where's that?
I said the same thing, 80 by 80. Just
I
don't
got
try to do
that.
anything else. It's not worth it. Of course, go ahead and make sure you, what do they call it again? I can't even remember. Oh, you
But
season your file. But yes, 80 by 80, because you don't want to be ripping off your skin with that tough.
you don't use an 80 by 80 on your actual nail.
Oh
I would
no,
say,
on the acrylic.
oh, people be scratching themselves. Oh God. To be
On the
honest, I
acrylic.
polygel. Polygel is where I was like,
Exactly. I feel like with 80 by 80, you can file polygel nails in like 5 minutes. No cap. Like I wish I was because polygel first off is easy to lay if you have the proper foundation. So you shouldn't have a lot of deformities. And then you go in with your 80 by 80 and it's like, girl, who this? Come
yes.
on. So for execution, what was your rating?
I gave it a
Oh,
9.
a 9? Okay, perfect.
And then creativity, I would give, it's creative. I would give
Yes.
it, I would probably give it like an 8, only because of the fact that I wish we would have seen a little bit more where the hibiscus is, maybe a little bit more color, like if you wanted it to be, unless it's glow in the dark, maybe that would have been a,
Like, for example, maybe I imagine if I was in her position and I was doing my nails and I was like, I'm fucking exhausted. And then
it's probably
I just drew that on there. I was like, that'd be good. And like one of those moments. But we have those as DIY nail artists because this is not our bread and butter. This is just our hobby. So I kind of empathize. But all right, so you gave that one, what was that one? An 8?
yeah, I think I'll give it 8. I'll give it an
Okay.
8.
For the creativity.
Yeah.
So
Actually, yeah, 8. Yeah.
or go ahead
I'm
if you want to change. Let me know. I'm stretching, girl.
No, I'm good. I think I'm gonna go with 8. But these are literally this. Oh no, because I was like, this is the same, but it's not.
So I don't
Untitled
know.
Chapter.
Maybe everyone will hate me after I go, but I'm gonna tell you mine. So for the adherence to the theme, needless to say, I gave it 10 like you because when I saw this, I literally got so pumped up. I'm like, this
It
is
was
what I
good.
imagined. This is what I had in mind. It gives color explosion. And not only that, I'm such a butterfly girl. So I feel like and I'm such a junk nail girl. So the pinky is totally given like classic junk nail in like the most minimalistic way. No, there's no junk on there, but there's more than one layer. Like you said, there's the pigment powder, there's the the multiple layers of glitter, which are popping to me. But yeah, so for the adherence to the theme, I was like, okay, you did really good. Like and not only that, if this is glow in the dark polygel of some sort or product of some sort, then that would make it pop even more. So that's giving color explosion. Um the wow factor, the aesthetic appeal. Oh, I was gonna say that for this one, it kind of, I'm not sure if I understand what Y2K is, but this was given like Y2K, like borderline
Yeah.
kawaii. I was just like, this is like, I could make this into a trend somehow because it's super cute. Um, with the execution, I felt like with this being the challenge of the color explosion and there not being a lot of stipulations as to what to do, the execution was a 9 for me. Simply like, wow, you did amazing. You just went into your hermit mode. You created this beautiful set, and I'm pretty sure that when you went wherever you were going or did whatever you were doing with your nails, you really felt like you could be proud and things like that. I could see these surviving everyday use, things like that. The detail is definitely there. Um, so going back to kind of this hibiscus nail, it's random, but I feel like one, I feel like it was kind of like the end result of a little bit of exhaustion as far as the nail design. But two, I feel like it was like, okay, I've already done something that I feel like I did really good at. Like I did good at this encapsulated look with the layers and stuff. I finally did this little butterfly outline. I got my dots on there because this stuff is work. Like this is not just like, it doesn't just happen like magic. Pigment powders, multiple cures in here, things like that. I feel like once she got to this now, she's like, I don't know, what should I do? Oh, then she looks up and she sees, oh, I'll just do that. And she kind of maybe followed a tutorial or did something like as an instructional. This is so good to me because she's using this challenge as an opportunity to test the waters and also to grow. Because I'm pretty sure next time she does this, she'll know better what she's doing. Like you said, you would have liked it to be better executed. But I really love the faith. It feels like blind faith almost. So that's why
Mhm.
I gave her a 9. I'm sorry. Actually, I gave her a 10 on that one. I'm sorry. I gave her a 10 for the execution. I was reading yours because you gave a 9. I'm sorry. Yeah, I gave a 10 on the execution because I was really impressed. Um, I also think that she probably was the first one to send me her entry. And I really liked that because it was like, okay, the initiative here, that's a little aside from the judging panel, but I just want to let you guys know that that enthusiasm, it really, for this theme in particular, it made the extra like, okay, that's so awesome. Like, I'm so happy. And then lastly, for the creativity, I have to give it a 10. I'm so sorry. Don't be mad at me. But I gave her 3 10s because I feel like I wanted to do nails when I was really like much younger. And I can imagine my younger self literally creating this nail set. Maybe, of course, without the index finger, as we've agreed. But this butterfly and all this lingering emotion on the pinky finger, it just really speaks to me as very original, creative, innovative, storytelling, inspirational, and things like that. So, as much as we may hate to give 3 10s in a row, I did do that. I'm so sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Oh, because it seems unfair, but I'm so happy about that set. So, I just wanted to throw that out there. All right. No need to apologize, she says. All right. So, next we got Nemi, and I'll let you go.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go opposite, and then the last
Mm,
one or the last two will just go like up.
okay.
So I'm gonna go down creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So creativity, so originality, never seen nails like this before. I mean, I've seen like the jewels at the bottom, but all the different colors, never seen that. The concept, I, to be honest, I don't know where all of the colors are coming from as far
Mm-hmm.
as why she put all of those colors there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just reminding her of like Earth. wind, fire, and stuff like that. So that could be it. Storytelling, it's the Little Mermaid. Inspiration, Little Mermaid. I would give this. I think I would give it like a. I would give a. I would give an 8.
An 8? Okay. For the creativity.
Yeah. Only because maybe she should have added like a little bit more stuff. I know that there's already a lot of stickers on there. But like
Yeah.
a few
Because
more
it's a nail
lines.
art challenge. So, I mean, while we could do a plain background, like I said earlier, right, when I elaborated on how she could have, for example, the unichrome, you would just have to add a layer of top coat and then, I mean, yeah, a layer of top coat, a layer of chrome, a layer of top coat, or base coat if she would have stuck on the stickers. And then, for example, the it's hard to appreciate the jewels at the bottom when you don't have the jewels at the top, you know? Because there's like bare cuticles there. So I understand. And also, there's really no hand drawn art. There is stickers, which we do would love, but maybe we could have incorporated some kind of lines in the background. We don't see the depth here that we have seen, for example, like in the other sets.
Yeah, so let me just scratch the 8 then, because I didn't want to be so harsh, but I love the execution of this
Mm-hmm.
whole nail design,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like the top for me.
Okay. So what's your
I,
new one for the creativity?
I think I'll do like 7.
Okay, we'll do 7 for the creativity. Okay.
As the reason I changed was because again we're going back on nail art challenge. So
Mm-hmm.
I cut corners based on the stickers, and we didn't really add anything else to
Mm-hmm.
be able to up that art. Like she could have easily, like with the blue nail, we could have did like maybe some ombre on the blue, to
Or
make it
like
look
a
like there's like
wave, right? Or some bubbles.
bubbles even. That's really easy to do. Circles,
Or even doing like that little that little suds effect where you like.
with the top coat and then put the bubbles on top and cure it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you could have did that and then put Little Mermaid on there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I see that you tried. It's
Mm-hmm.
great. So we'll give that a 7. But execution, as far as cleanliness, there's a lot of things that I see that are bothering me. When I wouldn't say bothering me, but like we could do better. Maybe this was like she was in a rush or she didn't
I think
mean
she
to.
was kind of like trying to press herself to get it done quickly. But well, and she practices a lot. That's where I give her a lot of credit. But I agree, the cleanliness, not really necessarily the most clean. And so yeah, go ahead, continue.
Because it only just takes like a few more seconds just to sit there and go back on the rhinestones and make sure they're placed, correctly. I do get sometimes where I get tired or I get, sick of sitting at a chair doing nails for odds hours on end. So I usually take 1,000 breaks. That's why I was like, maybe doing like a nail video probably wouldn't be the best because I'd probably just pause it. Like, hold on,
I
I gotta do
understand.
something.
Yeah, and I
But
think that's like
because I always go back the next day and do them, but that's the luxury of being a DIY nail artist is
I was gonna
being able
say, I think we
to
kind of
finish it.
try to hold ourselves accountable to like corporate standards, but we're DIY nailers. It's so relieving when you just finish the main part of the nails and then you go back in the morning and you do the touch-up details and you come out with the final product. Don't feel bad if that's the case. Take pride in like taking your time. I think that's basically like if you would have just taken your time and put your passion into it and had like again the creative, flair and things like that, maybe it would have perhaps been a little better.
So as far as execution, I think I'll also match it with the 7.
Okay.
Um, and then as far as color explosion or as far as adherence to the theme, I mean, we did use different colors, but
Mm-hmm.
did we elaborate on those colors to make them pop more? Because as if I look at as far as the red, I can't really see Ariel. As
Mm-hmm.
far as her hair, because her hair is red, so majority of her is red. I mean, I love that you try to like stay with the red and be able to, I guess, elaborate on that. Maybe um, as far as the red, maybe doing something to balance it out, like
2 days later.
Okay, there we go. All right, you guys. So we had a little technical difficulties because we were having such a great time, and Polly's iPad dead. It just died on her. So here we are 2 days later. We both had to work, and now we're back to this judging panel. So I have to pick back up on my final thought. First off, I think this was a Model 1's cube that she was, oh yeah, let me move my thing so I'm not looking at you from like, but this, okay, perfect. This was a Model 1's cube polish or something. I think that was Model 1's. And so she was mostly participating in this, but also working for the brand. And something about this color palette, first off, it gives me the feeling of polygel because it's so solid and opaque, and it looks pretty seamless as far as overall, even though there are, like, for example, on the index finger, we could say that that was a curing flaw. It could have also been a product flaw because looking at the blue finger, the orange finger, the red finger, they really are pretty good. Yellow technically is one of those colors that if you've ever worked with it a lot, it gives trouble. Sometimes red can be like that too. But what I was going to say is that if these would have had a marble, I think they would have been like even better because these colors are also vibrant. I feel like they would have marbled well, and not even an excessive marble, but just like a little marble here, a little marble there. Maybe that could have added some of the depth that you were looking for whenever you said that the stickers felt flat, especially here. Imagine some of that red, yellow, marbled into here, and it would technically end up marbling it into a yellow. I mean, sorry, an orange. So be red, yellow, and orange. I think that we would consider more of an actual color explosion. So that was my original thought, and y'all, I had to hold that thought for 2 days. So,
I'm
um,
sorry.
it's okay. And so, just to review where we are right now, we did Anna's nails, Anna's underscore nails underscore 90, and you gave her a 7, a 10, and an 8, and I gave her an 8, a 10, and an 8. And then nails by tipsy, nails by underscore tips C. I gave her 10s all the way across, and then you had given her an 8, and oh wait, yes, an 8, a 9, and a 10. That was
Yeah.
that one. And then I got those ones mixed up on the initials, so let me fix that. Okay. And then so far for _𝑚𝑒's, we were working on her, and hold on, you guys. Okay, that's fine. I'll edit it. All right, so we've already gotten for _𝑚𝑒 a 7 on creativity and a 7 on execution from you. And then we're looking to have the rating for the overall impact.
The last one, I didn't put. So what? Okay.
Yeah,
So
the third rating.
as far as like wow factor, it's,
Let me go back
the
to it.
colors are vibrant, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as the
Yeah.
base, but the stickers is not wowing me because I can't really see them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably give it I'll give it another 7. So 7 straight across.
Okay, 7s straight across. Lucky numbers.
And then I know that, based on that first nail, it looks like it could be like the matte top coat that she used
Okay.
that could have moved when she was curing it, which I do that too. And sometimes I'd be like, you know what, it is what it is, and just put over it. But maybe if you would have slid that aerial right next to that, right on top of
Girl, you make such a great point. And that's another thing too. Don't listen. It just has to be perfect for the pictures. It don't have to be perfect in real life when you are doing these kinds of things, right? When you're just modeling your nails. And you make a great point. Again, adding some cuticle bling here, throwing that sticker down a little, maybe even adding another sticker or something. I really like that you this is turning into something that's like really constructive, even though we're just doing this for fun and it's like passing time. We're also trying to bring each other together in the nail community, the DIY nail art community.
oh, so
You
like
schooling me.
flexed up. What? I'm not even doing anything.
Constructive criticism is so important, and you really provided that with that information. I really like that. That was so good. So, can you imagine whoever participates in multiple of these challenges, all of these challenges, how they are going to grow from the beginning to the end? Because there's 10 challenges, and this is going over the course of numerous months. Also, just keeping in mind that there is time for these. So you could literally do one nail a day and still have extra time left over in between the challenges. You could do probably 3 sets, honestly, if you did like one, 5, 10, 15. That's so I think this is going somewhere. I really like it. All right. So we only have one picture for 𝑚𝑒, and I guess that was kind of a downfall with the ratings as well. Because I don't know if you said it on this set or a previous one, but we weren't able to see the thumb. And I know that was the case on a previous set as well by Nails by Tipsy.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, this was the first challenge. So kudos to everybody that participated, and we thank you. All right, so we did these ones. All right, so next, wait, did we do these ones?
No, we didn't.
Oh, we
Those are
didn't
the
rate them.
tutorials.
We just had our first impressions. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna rate these. So again, we're doing creativity, execution, and you remember what all of them include, right?
I got my notes right here. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even do 𝑚𝑒. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't do your ratings.
I didn't do mine. All right. I'm a bad host. Where's my co-host? He's sleeping. Alton got a haircut today. Okay, girl. It's gonna be on the record, but it's just between me and you, but everybody can hear. So so I went to Petco today to buy Alton some food, and I'm like, I may as well, since he can't get to the groomer that I want him to go to until the end of October, I was like, I may as well just have them do something here at Petco.
Yeah.
And then the lady was like, yeah, and we don't recommend putting clothes on them because it mats their coat. Okay, I don't recommend you giving me your recommendations that I didn't ask for. I was like, he gets brushed every day.
But not even that. Your store sells clothes. So when
And
you
I
do the
just
thing,
bought a shit ton of them after that. Like, you need to get over yourself. Well, it was, and then it makes me wonder, so what kind of dog should I put clothes on? Because poodles actually enjoy wearing clothes, especially toy poodles, because their body heat doesn't regulate as easily, and la 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 blah blah. They're small breeds. So, and Alton gets mad at me. Today he would not go to the bathroom outside, and I was like, what is his problem? Well, he wanted to get dressed. So he needed to get ready for his day. But yeah, that was so anyways, I canceled the grooming appointment. Not right
oh,
then and there, but like afterwards I canceled it because I was like, you can't do that. Like, I can't spend my money here. I'm sorry. You insulted my dog. He has a whole business plan for a clothing line. It's probably gonna be like in this store one day. So yeah, I canceled. And then I just had to give him a haircut myself, which obviously didn't turn out as beautiful, but he worked with me and that was good. So
I've never given a dog a haircut. I don't think I ever will. I can
And
give
with
myself a haircut.
with poodles, it's not like, you know, when you just go and shave off some hair, you got a nice finish. That hair, some of it gets caught the first time, some of it doesn't. You got to go over it a million times. It's a lot of work. But anyways,
Okay,
that's off topic. I'm going. All right. So for Nemi, creativity. Okay, so I have to give creativity a 7 like you did, simply because one, honestly, Nemi really caught me off guard by participating. I was so happy, and I felt like that was honestly creative in itself. So I maybe would have given this actual nail set maybe like a 6 or a 7, or maybe more of a 6, but I added the extra 1 because of the enthusiasm and the effort, A for effort. But like I said, and like you pointed out, like for example, the red nail, what if we would have had more fish on that one instead of more of the stickers with her hair? And then again, like we mentioned about the cuticle bling, well, mostly me, but you had put that it would have been a good idea to cover up some of
even
the flaws.
rhinestones, even
Or
just
like,
rhinestones around, like a little picture frame. Because
or
technically, one of the scenes in Ariel in the
uh-huh.
Little Mermaid is looking through a window, like to see that her voice was stolen. So, I
Or
mean,
even too, color explosion makes me think almost, and I could be on a bias, but it almost makes me feel synonymous with a shiny top coat. Like even adding, I gotta, if Nemi, if you win one of my giveaways, or one of these challenges, I'm gonna send you one of the top coats, like the sparkly random top coats by 𝑚𝑒𝑚, because they are so fun to play with, and I feel like they're really slept on. It's just a top coat with glitter of some sort in it, and it adds so much extra, and you really don't have to do much. But even too, like I said about the unichrome would have been nice. And even if the unichrome would have been on these nails, all of those stickers would have stood out. There wouldn't have been that problem at all. So,
wait,
stuff like that. What?
I may not be a professional then right now. What is unichrome? Is that just one color chrome?
Unichrome is like the pinkish version of it. Because you know that there's like, I don't know what they call all of
Oh,
them, but there's different hues. Any kind of chrome. It could have been the blue, like they have mermaid chrome, unicorn chrome, you know, unicorn chrome, unichrome.
call it either blue or purple or something.
They have a pearl chrome, even a pearl chrome. Now that would have been lit. Imagine too. So again, thinking along the lines of color explosion, imagine if these would have had what would have probably been against what she was trying to do because she wanted to use that palette. But if that palette did have white in there or some sort of pretty nude color, I would have totally used that as my background. These stickers would have popped, the bling would have been shining, and then I would have just done a unichrome or a pearl chrome with a shiny top coat, or perhaps even you could have gotten away with a matte. So I think the overall point is that if someone can take your art and like do all this to it, then I think that we could work on doing that for ourselves, right? So that was the creativity factor that I had rated the 7. And then we have execution. I will have to go with I have to say a 6 to be fair because I'm not feeling color explosion. I'm almost feeling Legos, which I love. Like I always wanted to paint my son's room Lego colors. And this makes me think of that. So maybe if it would have been a Lego theme, then it would have felt like the execution was more because it would have flowed like a color explosion. Explosion of Legos. I don't know. That's just it. I don't know. We should do a Legos challenge, a Lego nails challenge. That would be so fun. I don't know how we would do it.
I don't know how to draw no Legos, but I guess I can draw some blocks.
Girl, squares and circles, squares and circles. It's all about the shading. All right. And then for the overall wow, I had to give her a fair 7 because again, I was wowed by her enthusiasm, her participation, and overall, who doesn't love Ariel? I feel like Ariel is not trending. She's not on the radar. I don't think people are really searching. Well, Little Mermaid, I guess you could say because of Halle. I don't know. It was a trend that came and went pretty fast. So the fact that she put that out there, I really like that. And that did wow me. We didn't see anyone else create anything like that. That was kind of a wow in itself for me because it was very unique and random. So a fair 7 there. All right, now we're going to Sherry Lynn Nails. Sherry Lynn _ Nails. And she has 2 entries, as you guys know. All right, so
Technically, she has 3 because that's a totally different nail set right there on its own.
well, technically, I guess you're right. You are right because these 2 are the same. Those hands are the same. Dang, she got 3, y'all. Look, that's why we have a panel. That's why we have a panel. And if we had more people here, they might argue. But I cannot argue with that because you're right. They give 2 different vibes, honestly, because remember when I was pointing out how these ones kind of explode from the sides and they come to the center, and then these are not even exploding. These are like smoke or something. So I'm gonna let you do the honors, girl. We're gonna do this as number 1, okay?
Yeah, so first little set. This is really nice. It looks like she did like black, of course, and then went in like that alcohol ink, and then went in with neon pigment powders, and then went in with liner, and then pigment powder again. It looks like there was a lot of execution. So I guess I'll start with execution. This
Okay.
looks, this looks like this took a lot of time, and she like thought about it and said, "This is what I want to do on this hand." So I gave it a 10.
Okay. I
As
mean, it's no denying.
Yeah, as far as creativity, I mean, of course, you've seen these type of nails lately as far as the trend, but I feel like you haven't really seen it the way she did it. So I guess I would give like a I gave it a 10 too.
Shush. She on fire.
And then
Dang, let her breathe, girl. Let her breathe. No, I'm just kidding.
no, this
Okay.
is really good. Like this
I
looks
was
like
gonna say that it just looks, I can't imagine, even if I've seen like a million designs similar to this, there is no recreating this. Like there is no replica of this. This is history right here. And someone just has this on their nails, as like, and this is real art. This is legitimately real art. This is the stuff that you actually just go onto the computer and use filters and like technology to create. And this came out of her own head and she laid it out there. So I couldn't agree more. So the overall wow, what was that for you? A 10 too?
yeah, as far as like adherence with the theme,
Mm-hmm.
it's a 10. It's definitely exploding.
Yeah, so I have to agree as far as everything. 10, 10, 10. I don't even want to like beat a dead horse, but like I'm getting
But it's
overwhelmed even thinking about trying to do this because it's like, why would you want to recreate a masterpiece? And
yeah,
I think it's important. Go ahead, what'd you say?
I was just gonna say I definitely wouldn't be able to recreate this.
I think it's important to give credit where it's due because, like I said, she really poured her heart out onto this nail set, and for that, I just thank her. And I look at her selfie up here. She's very confident and edgy, and I don't think you really could guess what to expect from her, which is obviously why we're ending up here. And so I'll let you do the honors again. If you say 10, 10, 10, girl, we got a first place winner on our hands.
Yeah, this is also, I got 10, 10, 10. because I was also thinking about them when my tablet died, my iPad. But now that I'm able to say it right now, it's really, really good. Like, that's all I could think about. Was like, dang, is this going to be? Because it was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like,
I really appreciate that she literally gave us a color explosion. Do you see? Sorry, but do you see this? This is pink,
oh,
yellow, purple, green, orange, lime green, teal green, fuchsia, light pink, orange, yellow, dandelion yellow, whatever you want to call it. Blue. There's blue in here. And then you even see over here the one thing that I told her, I guarantee she had to have used a straw. She had to have because I told her I would love to see the creative process for these. But can you imagine putting the white polish on there and then blowing it out with a straw and then curing it and then putting the pigment powders onto there?
I would be
For
out of
this,
breath.
it looked mostly like brush strokes.
Yeah,
And I also feel that whatever kind of products that she's using, I would be interested in knowing because this is pro level. These are pro level pigment powders. Her brushes or whatever she's using are pro level. And she went with the shiny top coat. So yeah, 10, 10, 10. So we do have a first place winner. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. We didn't even get to her other set. But I guess if you do enter 3 entries, you might have a slight advantage, especially if there's someone on the panel who corrects the host. And luckily we got Miss Polly by Mickey. So yee. All right. So yeah, first place winner here. And do we even need to judge this or are we giving this all 10s too? Overall, what's your feedback on each category for this one?
now this one I feel like even though it's exploding with like pink, I love pink. It's my favorite color. We also have orange. Orange is really nice too. It's not as good as the ones that we just saw. As far as creativity, I mean, I'll give it an 8, only
Mm-hmm.
because the spider gel. Oh, if she would have maybe like put some glitter, but I'm in love with glitter. Black nails, I'm not really a big fan of,
Mm-hmm.
only because like more like black, like those spider gel ones. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
putting a little bit more on
Even
there
a
as
little
well.
gold on here, a gold foil onto the middle and the ring finger, and then even a gold spider gel, a couple of lines of it, and maybe even adding a little hint of silver to be like totally fair. Feel like that would have made those colors explode because basically it seems like those colors, while they are vibrant, they're sitting on a black surface or a flat surface, so they're not exploding. If we would have added, I feel, a little gold foil, little gold spider gel, maybe even a little silver spider gel, those colors would have been able to pop more. They would have been competing for attention against that gold. Right now, they're actually getting sunken in by the black, right?
It doesn't feel like layers like how we were seeing in the other ones.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I really like these ones, but well, honestly though, she is really slick, girl. She don't play about her business. This was her first entry, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I get it. It's good. Yeah. But then she came out of nowhere with these like a few days later. So she knew what she was
That's what
doing.
for the top. She was like, "Let me
Yeah.
just try one more time."
Or
To
not
get
even that, but she's like, I'm gonna ease in slow. I'm gonna ease in slow. And then she just like went hammer on us. But okay, so we got a 8 for creativity, execution.
so I give it 8 or a 9?
You gave me an 8. Do you want to change it?
No, let's do 8.
Okay.
And then as far as execution, the neatness is there. I can't paint black better than that. So the consistency as far as what your theme was, what you were trying to go for, you can see that.
Mhm.
The color harmony. I really like the pink and the orange together, maybe on white, because maybe this person, maybe they're more of like they like darker colors and they wanted to pop something in there. So it could be the preference of the person that got them. So she did her job right if that was what that they thought. But as far as like what we're talking about like right now, execution I would give like an 8 to.
Okay. That was one thing that, so I didn't get to technically create my color explosion set because I had some unforeseeable circumstances. Even though I gave us all that time on purpose, the devil. So, anyways, and I'm still gonna create the set, and it's gonna be, you guys are gonna see like how I always do all my nail sets. It's always gonna be like this extra 3D look and all shiny, but I'm literally thinking like, the Nickelodeon splash, just like multiple of those all on a white background. Like I have to see it. And then maybe even at that point, you could add like a rainbow with those colors, a few clouds, or something, or I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, but at least having some long tapered square, all white, maybe add the unichrome on there, add those color splashes, going back to more like similar to this vibe. And that was what I wanted to do. So I'm going to do that. But I kind of get like how we are craving to see that white background with the colors on top, because that gives a real color explosion feeling. And so I could see how you almost wanted to see this against the white, especially if that gold would have been in there. Oh my gosh, I would freak, like, so good. Also, so this is like, yeah, I took it off as a red, but it's more like you said, like a red orange, and pink and red, or pink and red orange, that duo is trending right now. There's a lot of shirts that I have seen women wearing that are half pink, like hot pink, and then half red. Some of them look pretty cute. So when I first saw this nail set, I thought that was super cool how she played off of that trend pretty subtly. For the creativity, I know you're not done yet, but for the creativity, I'm also gonna give it an 8 too. I thought that was so cool. But also it is throwing me off that I do like the spider gel nails, but they don't give color explosion. They feel so contrary to the other two nails.
Like I feel like the person was like, "Give me all black," and she's like, "Just give me just like a little bit of color for you, please." And she was like, "Fine." And then she's like, "Splash, splash, splash, spider, spider, spider." And then I think she used pigments on that too, as
I
far as
think
the
so
spider.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. She did. I don't know. She didn't clarify for this set, but for the other one, it was all pigment powder.
She did a really good job. I mean, it's a nice set. I mean,
It
but to
is.
kill it as far as like a challenge,
Well, but you can't come in first or second. You can't come in first and second or third. So Sherry Lynn, go sit down. You already won your first place. Not just teasing. All right. So for the overall wow, what'd you end up giving that one?
I think I would give it. I get an 8 too. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's not.
8.
If I was looking through this through my own Instagram feed,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably just be like, I would look at something else on her page. Like as
Yeah, I'd be
far as
like,
what,
oh, that's cute. And then check her out a little to see like what else
yeah,
she's done.
exactly.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like, oh God, I gotta share this to my feed real quick. Hmm?
The other two, save.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So for execution, I still want to give her at least a 9 for this one. Just because, so I always like to go with like my first reaction whenever I do these numbers that I choose. Even though we're congregating about it and collaborating, and like I've seen it numerous times, whenever I choose my rating, I always go back to, what was your first impression of this? And my first impression was that she played it so safe, but so smart at the same time. And it kind of left me in limbo, like, how do I feel about this? And I felt like that was really fun. It just made me feel excited. And so for execution, I feel like because she did draw emotion out of me and suspense, I had to give her a 9. So that's why I chose a 9 instead of an 8, because obviously we did say, well, the colors could have exploded a little more on that one. For the overall wow, I would have to say 7 to be fair. Overall wow, just because, for example, don't set yourself up to be your own competition. So if I, for example, go here and then go here, of course, this is going to be a 10 and this is going to be like, oh, that's okay. It's cool. So that's why I rated it a 7 instead of, for example, maybe like an 8. Just to be like, I really have to compare it to the other work that she did herself, to be fair. So, all right. So numbers are in. I'm going to stop my share for a minute. And then I'm going to, I don't want to open that app. I'm going to go ahead and start tallying up just on a little table so that everyone can see. This is so exciting. So are you going to be on the next panel, or are you going to join the competition?
I don't know. I think I might just. I want to try maybe a few of them. I want to be a little contestant.
Yeah, I would really
Want me
enjoy
to, I
that.
can.
What's that?
If you want me to, I can.
I'm gonna do it a super simple way. So while I have you here, then we're gonna be releasing this video soon. So I'm just gonna spill the beans to you. The next challenge, I'm gonna read it to you and to everybody because I'm excited about it. Okay, hold on. So our next theme for our Goddess Gang Now Art Challenge is called Minimalistic Magic. It says, focus on simplicity and minimalism. Limit your design to include only one color, one decor, one nail shape, and one nail length. So honestly, I think I already know what my design is going to be, but it's going to be minimalistic, but it's going to be extra for me because I don't know how to do this design. So the end result should be minimalistic, but the process is going to be complicated for me. But I have a question. So when it says one decor, I take that as like, well, I'm asking you your opinion because I created this, right? But like, I think rhinestones or, gummy bears, that's not minimalistic, but I'm wondering if I wanted to add so if you want to add a chrome of any sort, or like a nail, like a alcohol ink or anything like that, it would have to be limited to one. So for example, if I wanted to create a marble nail set, a super minimalistic marble nail set, and I wanted to use my alcohol ink on top of like a white background with a black alcohol ink, that would be my color. Okay, so I would not count the alcohol ink as decor. I would count it as part of the color. But for example, if you put the alcohol ink on one nail and it's the color, then you have to put it on all the nails. Does that make sense? And
Yeah.
same with the unichrome and things like that. So that's how that will work. And then you'll still be limited to one decor, et cetera, et cetera. So I didn't want anyone to get confused about that. And just to confirm with you guys how to participate, you follow @ScorpionGoddessNails so that you can stay updated. Tune in for the announcement posts, which we will be posting ASAP, and then create the nail art design based on the theme. Take a clear photo. You can also post reels, but be sure to submit a photo. That's just the rules because we had a little trouble with that on this one. And then how to officially enter is to post the nail art photo on your Instagram feed. It has to be public. You tag Scorpion Goddess Nails and you add the hashtag Goddess Gang Nail Art Challenge. And you mentioned the nail art challenge theme in your photo caption. It's really just that simple. Just a reminder, we are judging everyone on creativity, execution, and adherence to the theme. We do have first, second, and third winners, third place winners. And just to double confirm the prizes, first place is going to win a $25 Madam Glam gift card. And you can always save 35% off with my discount code, GoddessNails35. And then you get the story and feed post mentions on my Instagram for all of the winners. Second place is going to have 2 gel polishes by Madam Glam that are going to be gifted and sent directly by me. And then the third place winner, which I almost think this is like such a cool prize, even though I guess maybe it's not. But it says you get to have a mention on my YouTube community tab post. And I just really think that's fun. So shout out to whoever comes in third place. Do not feel outdone. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and Anna's underscore. Give me just a second, you guys. We got. And then. And are you doing the numbers and everything? Or did you write down? Okay.
Yeah, I wrote them all down.
Okay, perfect.
So as far as our ending, well, the ones that you're the only one that like, I feel like I didn't write I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, they're here. They're just so jumbled, like my mind.
Whenever I post this up, you'll be able to confirm now that you have the same as me. And then assuming that you do, then your numbers will be correct. And if you want me to run them to you while I'm doing this, I can multitask.
So I think I have all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, because what I did is I already just calculated what our averages are.
Okay.
And then they base that on like a full score for each person. But since, I mean, Sherilyn, she's got first place already, so I guess we're just looking at
yeah, we're looking at second and third because she got 2 straight 10s, 2 sets at straight 10s.
So as far as that, I already have it calculated too.
Okay, so give me just, and then.
This was so fun. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. I'm so happy you joined. It's literally super fun. And I just cannot, we've been spending a lot of time on this, no cap. I cannot imagine when there's more people on the panel, like how it will go. But I'm going to have it more orchestrated next time. This time I was just like so happy that I didn't even care. I was like, I don't care. But all right. Yes. So let's go ahead and do a screen share. And if I'm not mistaken, we should see here. Alrighty. So we have Anna's nails. And okay, so what was her overall score?
So I gave her an 8.9. You gave her an 8.3. If we tallied it up based on average. So that together would be an 8.6.
All right. And then.
So overall 8.6.
And just to clarify for our audience, what we did was we added 7, 10, and 8, and then divided it by, or by 3. Okay. And that's how you got this number. And then that basically reflects both of ours accumulatively, correct?
Yeah.
Because so once you did this, did you add 8.9 plus 8.3 and then divide it by 2?
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. So for _𝑚𝑒?
So for her, we both gave a 6.6. So hers was 6.6.
Okay.
It's wild how the things are different, right? But it came out the same number.
I know, that's insane. How did that happen?
Math is weird because I wasn't going to keep going past the decimal points. It can only go so much.
Oh yeah, you have to round because it's literally like a 0.1 of a difference, right? All right, so what about for nails by Tipsy?
So I gave an overall 9 and then you gave an overall 10.
So that was a 9.5.
And I wonder if I'm doing this correctly. And you said it was an overall. Wait, you said you gave her a 9?
Yeah, so it was a 9.5.
Oh, 9.5. I may have put these numbers in the wrong, but it's okay. We're not gonna worry about it. But yeah, so okay. And then this one I assume is just a 10, 10, 10.
Yeah. And then it would be 10. And then the other is a 10. And then if you want to go even more to where you want hers to just be 1, like overall score. So what is that? That's 8. And then 8 divided by you, it was also 8. So 10.
So this
10
one's.
so it'd
So
be,
what's the bottom one?
that's 8.
And then this one
8.
is 8 too. Oh, so it's 8 overall.
Yeah. So if you do it by 3, she would have a 9.9.
A 9.9 on her overall with all 3 of these together.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So I personally feel that that's fair to do. If someone enters numerous entries, that overall it would just help their accumulative score. So for example, maybe she would have done really bad on one set but really good on another set, then she would have gotten a fair score, or really good on 2 sets and not that good, and then again still a fair score. So if you don't feel that confident about your entry, or you feel like other people who have like for example she does nails, so they do have a creative flair over the average person, then obviously we can see that having numerous entries can be beneficial. So we have Sherry Lynn Nails at a 9.9. We have Nails by Tipsy at a 9.5, and we have Anna's Nails at a 90 at an 8.6. So those are our first, second, and third winners. So congratulations to you guys. And I know, it's so exciting. I just want to say that for Anna's nails, I really loved everything that she did. I don't know if maybe we were judging a little like harshly or what, but I feel the only reason that she was not in, for example, second place was just that the adherence to the theme, just making the colors pop a bit more. We had said numerous things that, but third place is still really great. And she's already ready to compete in the next. So Anna, just so you know, it's minimalistic magic. And I'm definitely putting in my entries. Even though I can't technically compete for a prize, I'm still gonna on the next one put in my entries. And that's another thing, Polly. So if you feel that, so I just want to let you guys know that Polly by Mickey is going to be getting a prize for me as well for being on the panel. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. And I can't promise that will happen in every case, but this one is a special circumstance. So I feel like obviously I want you to have something too. I know. So I'm going to send you 2 polishes also. And I'm going to pick them out. I'm going to see what you might like. But in the future, if you do want to participate and you still want to be because assuming we might have a panel of 10 people and only 3 of us actually put entries in, then that still leaves 7 other people, or 9 other people, because technically we just can't judge ourselves. So but we could still, maybe we could have like, you could have a panel winning prize, like if you come in first place or whatever, instead of having first, second, third. If you want to be on the panel and you want to participate, then we'll just have one winner from the panel participants. So we could do that because I personally would love to see you participate, and I don't want to miss out I don't want to miss out on you on the panel. So, and same for me, I want to participate, but I still have to be here. So that sounds fair.
Yes.
Okay.
This is so fair.
I'm so excited. And then moving forward, I am going to be creating a loyalty card for these challenges. So it'll be a punch card. Each time that you participate in one of the challenges. So for example, these 4 participants, when I send them their loyalty cards, because now that they have participated and they have been on the panel for judging and everything like that, they're going to have a loyalty card. They're going to get their first punch. So if they participate, for example, Anna, she definitely wants to participate in the next one. She's going to get her second punch. Then at the end, you know, we'll have prizes for that. I haven't planned it all out yet, but I already have the loyalty card created and I'm super excited about it. And it's a digital punch card. So you guys do look out for that on my website. Probably next week, definitely before we get back here to do our panel for the next theme. So do you have any lasting thoughts for us, Polly?
No, this is so exciting. It was a little bit overwhelming. I was a little bit nervous. This is my first time ever doing something like this. Ever being like I'm a ghost on social media, even though I have my own, you know, Instagram, but you don't know who I am. Hopefully that still stays like that.
Honestly, I didn't know who I was getting on the phone with. I didn't know what you looked like, what the color. I didn't know anything. I was just like, no, I was just like,
never seen me.
Cause I'm the same way. I'm such a hermit. Like when I'm there, I'm there. And when I'm not, I'm just not.
I don't take pictures. Like my real Instagram, I had pictures on there, but then I just deleted them because I wanted
Well,
to
you're
be like,
really pretty and you have a great, like, you're
thank
confident, you're smart, and you're intuitive. I feel like you taught me
you
stuff.
too. No, like stop.
No, seriously, some of the constructive criticism that you gave, I felt like it's because you speak from your heart. You're not really being biased or rude.
Yeah,
Huh?
be better. That way she can win next time. And it's also like maybe because if you do nails for other people, and if something does happen to where, let's say you got another client that's sitting there waiting for you to finish, and there's nothing you can really do, and you're frustrated, man, you better pop a sticker on there or find another way to try and fix it so hey, it works in your favor and everybody's happy in the end.
And also, I feel like this is a safe space to have that constructive criticism and grow. A lot of people will just smile in your face and they won't really be like, they'll go pop them nails right off. They will be like, girl, and they'll be all in the pictures for you. And then they will go and they'll pop them things off. They will rip their natural nails off in the process. And all they had to do was say, hey, just practice a little more before next time or whatever. And then not only that, but I really liked how you applied your empathy because you really did put yourself in that position and you thought constructively about this is probably what happened. And like, if I would have been in that situation, I would have gone for this and that. And that's what this is all about when we do our own nails. Like we can go to school and we can read out a textbook and learn the protocol, but we have our own ways. We have our own little loop-de-loops and whoop-de-woos. And I really love that the inner DIY girl came out of you so strong during that moment. And I'm like, she ain't lying. You was in that seat like, I'm gonna be mad, bro. I just finished this whole set in this one nail. So I really appreciated that. I couldn't have asked for a better person to help me with this and I didn't expect it to go this awesome. I mean, I expected it to go well, but it went above what I thought. So I was really happy about that.
You made it really a seamless experience, even though you feel like it was like we're just gonna do whatever. It does still feel like it's in order.
It
But
is in order.
you definitely made me feel comfortable on the phone. Like or phone? What? On the
Zoom, girl, I got you on Zoom.
oh my god.
I know. I was like, I didn't even tell her how we were gonna do the panel, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm
Well,
here for it."
you didn't tell me anything.
No, and then like literally we fully committed and everything, and I'm like, "Yeah, so will you hop on Zoom?" And she's like, "Let me download it," and I'm like, "Yes, I love this. It's such a good vibe." So
Didn't know that you were going to put it on YouTube. So I was just like, oh, well, let me put some lip gloss on and change my shirt. Because my shirt definitely had stains on it, guys. This
He
is the
heard the
second
record
so
and
I
she's
was
like,
prepared.
you were like, she almost just dropped the phone, like, oh, phone drop, gotta go.
I was like, wait, hold on. Did I just hear? And I saw the red dot. I was like, oh wait.
She
But
went
today I'm
into stage
prepared.
fright.
But you look. I was like, wait, hold on.
I know that wasn't fair. I should have given you some heads up.
No, but it's good. It's a learning experience. You got to be prepared at all times.
Yes, and anyone else who would like to work together like this, if you have friends who want to get out of their comfort zones, sometimes being on the internet, I wanted to put emphasis on that too, is that I don't know. I wanted to ask you before I said my opinion. Do you feel this is a pretty lonely journey, like being a DIY nail artist?
Actually, no, because even though I don't follow a lot of people on my Insta
Mm-hmm.
and not a lot of people know me, but majority of the people that I do follow, they follow me. So it's like back and forth support. So I
Mm-hmm.
really do appreciate that. So it doesn't make me feel alone. And it's the people that you would not expect, like you, who
Mm-hmm.
has multiple followings and many people that look to you for your opinion and what
Mm-hmm.
you do creatively, to be able to
Mm-hmm.
take the time out to hear somebody's opinion like me, who I
Yeah.
would have never even thought I would do something like this as far as like critiquing someone else,
Mm-hmm.
because it's sometimes it's hard to be able to take that. And I hope nobody hates me. Like seriously, I love
No
everything.
hate, no hate.
Even Nemi's beauty. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
in love with the Little Mermaid. Just to kind of put it out there, my middle name is Ariel. So
Ah, well, and Nemi, she's true to this. Like, I love seeing people who, like, that people leave mean comments and people say things and stuff. It's not constructive or
perfect.
helpful. And that doesn't stop Nemi. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't, in the brands. I remember me and Nemi have a history because some of the people that really do follow me and interact with me, they end up getting collabs with brands because of association with me. Not only because they associate with me, but in addition to everything that they already do, when they get to that point and they start to collab with me as far as commenting back and forth, interacting back and forth. And then I dropped her name to, I want to say Rosalind, and she ended up getting some packages from them and started being an ambassador for them or working with them or what have you. So uh I really rev hard for Nemi, and I know by the end of this we're gonna see something from her that we're gonna compare them side by side, and it's gonna be like, and it's gonna be from this, as sad as it may sound, and it doesn't sound sad, but I don't want it to sound like
Like
stuck
she's gonna
up
learn.
or full of myself. But yes, because she's teachable. She's eager to learn. The fact she submitted her entries like so far out of left field, I didn't even expect it. And I think that part of that was that she wanted to have that insight of other people's perspective on her nail art and things. So kudos to her. Um, there was something that you said earlier that I wanted to touch. Oh, so back to the loneliness. So I really liked your response because you remind me of the old me. You remind me of the me that I used to be before I started to get super overwhelmed by all the brands. And like before, I don't know if you remember when I did that giveaway and then somebody like made a fake account and they were like being an imposter of me, and that, like, those experiences, they really take away from your motivation to do this, because it's like you work so hard and then there's people who are like really rude and mean. But I really liked your response because it really shows me that I'm on the right path, because that was why I created this interactive opportunity, was to get back to that space where I'm my own thing and I'm creating my own ideas and I'm creating opportunities for us to interact and grow and come together as women, and even the guys that are girls and all that kind of stuff. So the girls. I was talking to this guy recently and I was like, girl, and I just said it out of like habit. And I was like, I mean, guy, and he's like, no, it's okay. You can call me. And I'm like, It's not okay. Shut up. Oh my gosh. So that's what I mean when I say that. But yeah, so thank you for helping me get back into my safe space on this journey, and your encouragement, all of your nice words, and your smile. Girl, you got a good smile. So like
Um,
serious. When you ask your husband, why do you love me? It's because of your smile. Okay, I guess. Isn't that a
so,
safe answer?
no, my
You think that's
smile.
a genuine answer though? Like when guys say that they love someone because of their smile.
I mean, I don't know, stuff like that. I've been with somebody for 17 years.
So do you ask him why he loves you? What does he say?
Because I'm crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
They love a psycho bitch. They swear they do.
What?
Be like, the crazier the better. And then until it's the day that they don't want you to go crazy. And then it's like,
Why are you crazy? You already knew this. I don't know. I think that's a totally different topic. That might be a
it
little bit
is.
fit for this
I know, I
panel.
was about to say.
17 years is a long time running.
That is. And that is amazing. Wow. I aspire. It takes a lot of
Thank you.
patience, and you probably like you have to refocus often, I'm sure.
Every few years, probably, because you're different people, you know, especially starting young. Like
Oh
I was
gosh, yes.
13. Yeah, so 13. So that's a lot of different souls you've been.
Well, wow though, like being faithful to one man for that long. Sheesh. That's awesome. You need to go tell some girls up in Hollywood how to do that.
Please. I still need to read a book. I do a few Google searches every now and again. Why am I crazy?
uh because you're coexisting with the male gender, and that will drive you insane. I always feel like, God, why did you create guys? Like you could have created guys or you could have created women, but why did you need to create both of us?
To make more. To get
To make
they
more
can
fuck ups, I guess. Cause like, are we even really, we're not gonna go off subject like that, but life's tough. Life's tough.
let's
Um,
not get into that. That
I
might
want
be
to say something too, by the way, about this nail set real quick. She really did channel my emotions in this, because this is totally, I created this challenge as a way to encourage myself. And like the fact that she put the skull here in the middle of the color explosion, this is kind of like RIP to my depression, RIP to like whatever was holding me back. And like, I'm just going to immerse myself into my creativity and my light. And so shout out to her, because that's how I felt like this really resonated with me. And it kind of is a symbol of where my mind and heart was at when I created this challenge. So I want to drop that just a little bit, but I guess we gotta go now. This one's over till next time. I know I'm gonna announce the dates, and I'm gonna post the post. I'm probably gonna do it tonight, and I'm gonna stay up and edit the video. It's gonna be a long one, so I'm gonna include chapters and everything. So
as we talked a lot.
girl, this video in itself is like 3 hours long.
Is it?
Everything. We're gonna be doing some research, I feel, about polygel, because you're poly by Mickey, and I want to know where all the polygel's at.
I know where all the polygel's at.
I'm
Pretty
gonna
shiny.
start banging on them doors at Model Ones, banging on them doors at SXC. And go.
I didn't even know that it was called Model One. I was calling it Madalones.
You came straight out of France. You from Russia.
I was like, Madalones? That's so cute. And then somebody said, "This is the Model 1 brand." I was like,
You did not grow up on Femi.
no, I didn't know who that was only until you were poster sometimes. When I got into
Wow.
polygel, I don't even know. I saw one of those advertisements with the
It
little where
was
you
during
stick
the
polygel in
pandemic.
the nail.
Yeah, during the pandemic, because they made that trending. Because they want us to do our own nails. I guess now they want us to go back to the nail salon. They're like, fuck that polygel. We losing too much money at our Chinese nail shops.
I haven't been to one of those in forever. The last time I went, I looked at a picture from like years ago when I used to go out and I saw the nails. I was like, who allowed me to leave the
And
nail
not only
salon?
that, as soon as you come out of there, you're like posting it like it's hot. And it's only because you went to the nail salon and spent $100 and you got ripped off because that junk. I never even knew what a greenie was until I went to a nail salon where this Asian guy was working on me, and then his like older Asian guy counterpart would like not stop staring at him the whole time. And then he's like, yeah, talking to his own client. He's like, yeah, it's just because if you don't dehydrate the nail properly, then you'll get a greenie. And I'm like, what's a greenie? Girl, why did I end up with a greenie?
It's because they lay the stuff so fast.
They don't let anything dry. Yeah, they don't.
Because they're trying to go fast. Like there's a way, like I've done people's nails as far as like my family and stuff, like, but it was when I first started. So I was taking a long time. I get it. It takes a while, but especially if you're just starting out, you can't do it fast.
And
Yeah,
that guy, he was an intern.
I was trial and error with polygel because the first time those tips that you just put the gel and then you press it on your hand, I was making a mess and I had to go to New Orleans the next day. So I had to find a way to do something real quick. So I just decided, let me try and make the nail. I had some like old nail forms and I was like, let me try making a whole nail. And that's the only way I learned how to do polygel. Tips never lasted for me. The only way I would be able to have my nails, like all those posts on there, maybe a
You're
few of
using
them.
nail forms? Girl.
So there's this girl. Her name is one of the Instagram people that I really love. I just love ghetto nails. Like I love them
Oh, me
with a
too.
passion.
Me too.
And I love curved nails, like the claws.
Yes.
So she specializes in that. And I asked her one time. I was like, "Can you do?" Because I was still doing polygel at that moment. And I was like,
Oops.
can you use forms to make curved nails? And she was like, girl, I don't know. I use tips. But she was like, if you can find a way, please let me know. I was like, that doesn't help me. Because
Of
I was like,
course not.
I mean, one time I made a curved nail,
Uh-huh.
but it was just based off of just the way I was shaping. And that was like my favorite nail ever. I never could do it again. But polygel now, it's like only for my toes. I feel like I should change my handle now if it's Poly by Mickey, but I still do polygel just on feet because Gel X, I'm sorry, that is
Well,
saved
if
my
you
life.
want to film feet videos, I'm gonna have a pedicure vault on my website. It's a secret, but I'm telling you. So I have pedicure videos that I've done on my own feet, girl. I am obsessed with, I don't do it very often these days because I have a few good videos, but I don't know. It's this good feeling that I get whenever I have like the most crusty, dusty toes. Like they're like the crustiest, dustiest, like long and just no. And then I do my toes and I'm like, oh, that feels so good. So I feel like that's like a niche in video content. So those kind of videos are going to be on my website where you guys, anyone who's into that, specifically probably guys, literally, can have like a membership exclusive to that portion of my website, the vault, the pedicure vault. So if you do want to, and those videos are easy to film because you don't need a setup to film pedicures. All you need is a camera and a tripod or something, right? And a light. I mean, that's it. But you don't have to have any perfection or anything like that. What do you think about that idea?
That's another video, girl. That's another. I'm telling you, this is not the video to be talking. I may be
Foot
young,
fetish
guys.
videos?
I may look young. I may look young, but I've got some thoughts in my head that
Your cougar
and
status.
and the pandemic definitely is making people think otherwise about other incomes. Me
Terrible.
specifically,
Well, so
Lord.
that's the thing. I'm really into that. And I don't see why we couldn't, like, to me, it's super fun. I mean, mashing stuff with your toes, showing your toes being done, things like that. So, and that's the thing. So if people want to put theirs on there and earn commissions, have their videos in the vault, that's an option. Um, it's also good for exposure in general. Okay, guys, so you got it now. You saw how the panel went, and I just I have such good vibes from the experience that I had, and I want to know what you guys thought and how you felt. I know that the panel was long, but we did a lot of chit-chatting, and I think that it was fun to interact with one of my followers and my supporters from day one and just be in the spirit of like-minded people who really enjoy this craft. So I hope you guys felt the vibes. I do want to go ahead and break down our winners, first, second, and third place. So in first place, you guys know that we have Sherry Lynn _ nails. That's at Sherry Lynn _ nails on Instagram. Sherry Lynn submitted 3 entries, and I thought technically it was 2 until my panel member was like, "Girl, that's 3." And I was like, "You know what? You are right." So if you guys create a nail set and it's like there's some variation between one hand and the other hand and they're not identically the same, that technically would be considered 2 submissions. So Sherry Lynn won most primarily because she has so many submissions. She had 3 in total and she got 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 on 2 of those. So congratulations, Sherry Lynn. You are our first place winner, and I will be getting with you via DM to give you your Madam Glam gift card. And I really would love, girl, if you show me what colors you pick, because I feel so like it's just so exciting. The whole experience, the interactive nature of this is really awesome. In second place, we had nails by _tips C. And I personally gave her all 10s because I really, really, really loved her design. And I felt that it really gave a color explosion vibe. So congratulations, nails by tips C in the cut. Okay. And then we got Anna's _nails _90. And she came in third place. So congratulations to you, girl. And I already know that she's going to be participating in the next theme, and so I'm really, really, really looking forward to, if you guys participate over and over again, just how everybody does, like with the creativity, with the evolution, consistency, so on and so forth. So congratulations to all 3 of our winners. Nemi's Beauty came in last place, but she really did a great job, and I have been seeing her all over Instagram all week. So shout out to you, Nemis. I am going to be sending you 1 Madam Glam gel polish simply for participating in the first theme and really making this like a big hit. All of you guys, thank you so much. You will see all of your shout outs as promised. And please, please, please continue to share with all of your followers and your friends about this challenge, because it's only been 1 theme so far, and I've really felt like so much growth and positivity amongst me and my followers and my support group. And I just like, this is what I do this for. Like, this is the goal, and this is the inspiration. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. Also, if you did win, or I'm sorry, if you participated, if you won, be sure to check your DMs. But if you participated, also check your DMs, because there is a special little exclusive perk that you receive once you do participate. So I can't spill the beans here. Y'all don't spill the beans for everybody else. But if you participate in theme 2, just realize and understand that the prizes do not end here. The prizes are way bigger than just 1 prize one time or whatever. There's so many prizes to win, so many opportunities to be a part of, so many rewards and things like that. So I'm just so thankful, and thank you guys so much. Until next time, I'll holla y'all. Peace.